Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and welcome to Deep Astrology, your weekly tarot love report for this week of July the 19th through the 25th of 2021. Hope everybody's doing wonderful out there. Thanks for being a part of HighVibe.tv. If you've not joined HighVibe.tv yet, make sure that you do. I'm getting texts, everything's going off. People are just fucking... People! We're going to all have to love to learn, people. It's Saturn in Aquarius, everybody, and Jupiter's coming back in soon. Woo! Anyway, if you've not been on HighVibe.tv yet, check it out. We're really high vibe here. No, for real. We got plenty of apps that you can join us with, or you can go to our website, highvibe.tv. I am announcing a school this week, my Hypergate Astrology School. It's so tough to describe how this school is going to be that I'm literally building the most visual, audio, and weirdly astrological site and promo so people understand this, because it's too hard to describe. It's that intense. So I'm looking forward to launching that this week. So make sure that you check that out. If you're not getting me on Telegram, you can go on my Instagram, look up on my link tree, and get on my Telegram to get more instant updates. That's the best way to get a hold of me now since this new world. And we're going to be looking at love, and I'm excited about love. We got a couple full moons in Aquarius that are about to hit. The first one, of course, and the sun's coming into Leo. Got a full moon on my birthday. So that's going to be quite crazy. But I'm excited for all of us. We have a lot in this world that's going weirdly retrograding back to cover a lot, especially with Jupiter that's finalizing its retrograde in the last degree, or really the first degree of Pisces. But about to come to that last degree of Aquarius, come back into Aquarius. So we're getting prepared for that. We got a lot of world events that are going to change. Our love lives are definitely in some sort of weird suspension, I would say, after these very unique things. So we got a lot to talk about today. If you never watched the show, I'm going to do the collective reading, give you the astrology, give you the tarot, and then I'm going to use the high vibe gold chalice here and go through all 12 zodiac signs and pick from there, and then do, of course, your love reading. So I'm looking forward to do that. I'm trying to get a little situated here. There we go. So I can be able to do this. I don't know why people are texting me. If anybody's watching this, like, please stop texting me. I would really appreciate it. Even with my phone on Do Not Disturb, I go, oh, man. All right, I want to be in the chat for this one. Here we go. So, there we go. So, this show, I'm just going to say this before we go into the collective reading. This show has always been about the truth in every form of it, and especially when it comes to love. And I know that some people have a little bit of a hard time with the show. Some people love it because it's so raw and real. But I would say that the hardest part about the world that we live in right now is truth. I think that and I just want to give an astrological reasoning for why this show is brutally honest opposed to fluff. I love love, and I am a seeker of love more, just as much as all of us here, okay, in the world, or maybe more, who knows? I'm all Leo in my chart pretty much, okay? Even Venus, Mercury, the sun, rising. I mean, it's like Juno. Like, I'm just straight Leo love, okay? I love love. But I think that, we have to remember that the Saturn-Pluto conjunction of 2020 was in Capricorn, and it ended the Saturn-Pluto conjunction of 1983, 1982, that was in Libra, relationships. So we came into 2020, like, what the hell? That was a wild 37-year cycle. And then Capricorn, where the world's shut down, Jupiter-Pluto conjuncted 3 times in Capricorn. Remember, in 2007, Jupiter and Pluto met in Sag, where Jupiter is at home in Sag, right? Jupiter's the ruler of Sag. So you just lived through 2007 to 2020 of the world the most opened, the world the most opportunities, the most adventure, the most seeking ever. Now it's Capricorn. It's what's aligned with your destiny now, and destinies are changing like crazy. And we're in Saturn square Uranus, we're in Saturn in Aquarius, and Venus retrograded in Gemini in 2020 without an eclipse that ended a 120-year cycle that we were born into living through of 2004 and 2012 of the Venus retrogrades in Gemini, which is a neutral place for Venus, which is a very weird place for Venus to be. And then add on top everything that I just said prior, and then add on top that Saturn's in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus. I mean, talk about a whirlpool of relationship situations, especially just like what kind of people in your life and your values, and look at the world, and everybody's values are so different. And that's Uranus and Taurus, and it's unstable, and Saturn Aquarius makes it difficult. And I was thinking about this a lot. I've been thinking, well, it's been not thinking, but it's been really processing spiritually a lot. Like there was a part of me that felt bad this weekend because, you know, like there's other tarot channels out there that just like, I'll be honest with you, like they're doing great jobs and they're giving just beautiful like love stuff. But like, it made me almost feel like I'm like a bad person or something. But I really processed that and I was like, that's what they're there to do. But this show here is about not only giving you the astrology, but this show is about being honest. I pull reversals. I give you confirmations in as many ways as I can on this show. I use so many decks. It's not even funny how many decks are sitting in front of this. We're blessed that people send us these decks, whether they're viewers, whether it's publishers. We're blessed that all these decks just keep showing up. And I'm just somebody who also is in the background using the astrology and knowing, and I'm an evolutionary astrologist. So with evolutionary astrology, especially if you just look at where we're at planetary wise, you have to remember that we're in a different world. We're in a space that, especially when it comes to relationships in general, whether they're your friend, a lover, or a family member, a business partner. I mean, we are in, you know, whoever fits in our boat. We can't get caught up in anything that is not in our best vibration. And it's very difficult. And this show is based upon deeper aspects of the love element because that's how important love is. I mean, love can be the greatest thing, but it also can kind of fool us into the worst places on our destiny, which is what Saturn Pluto is definitely taught us and is going to teach us for the next 30 plus years in Capricorn. And I think that a lot of people have a hard time with realizing like the world, Jupiter rules the idea of this worldly understanding, conjuncted Pluto 3 times in Capricorn. That's never happened in our lives, of course. The last time that happened was in the 1700s. And I think that, you know, it's one of those things where it's not easy to get around the world. And the world has a lot of more Capricorn closures and needing to get through this to have a pass through some weird hierarchy, crazy, weird system and government and controls. So when it comes to love, like you have to realize like you also yourself have to like make sure that it holds the right integrity and that you're holding also yourself at the right integrity. And that's what this show's about, is understanding that evolution, understanding that. And I feel like I have to explain this because I've been doing this show for 2 years. And, you know, it used to be more of just like a dramatic comedy, fun tarot show, which I still love to do. And trust me, we're going to be doing that. But I just am like wanting, I don't know. It's not like somebody triggered me. It's just myself and my own feelings about this show and my own feelings about all the things that I do right now with astrology and holding the truth and making sure that people are looking at it and that I'm not here thinking of some sign. You know, we just had Natalie Sadie on High Vibe on Thursday, and it was great for full disclosure. And, you know, like we were just talking about stuff, and it was just crazy on how, like, there's people who literally think I'm talking about them and I've never met them when I talk about their sign. And it's very weird. And she thought it was weird. And then we played her voicemails. I played her all these crazy things. And she was like, this is insane. I'm like, I know. So to everybody out there, I am not talking to you individually as a person, like I'm thinking of an individual person. And it's been creeping me out because just in this last week, actually today, we had a woman who is like threatening to kill herself, and she's asking for me to like send her a voice note that she should know about her death, like crazy shit. Like people are losing it out there. There's Instagram ones of people talking as if I'm like in their computers, like that I move their mouse and they think of me, and it creeped me out this weekend when it's like, now this is like the 50th one that says that. It's like, I don't know if they all started their own little cult. I don't know if they all it's just like getting to where it's like, whoa, like there's got to be a reality check somewhere, you know? And it's also a reality check to anybody that views this, that I'm not coming from a place of not love. I'm coming truly from love, because I don't want to see anybody be on these ships that of our mission and our destiny that has been preordained by God, that we chose prior to coming here. Your free will choice, the biggest one you made, was to come down here already with the choice made. And we can get stuck. The dark can put us in a lot of bad places. And I've always looked at this show for love as being a hero for love and truth by calling out in all of us where this show seems to be a show that shows up where it's like where we get caught up. Sometimes it shows up where it's going to be great. But I pull reversals on everything. I listen to things as they're happening. I'm channeling as it's happening. I'm not forcing anything in this show. I'm not forcing spirit to give you what you want to hear. I'm not forcing myself to do anything. I'm just allowing it to be the message from the divine. So I just want to make that clear. Because fuck, like, I don't know. The soccer thing is one thing, but now when it's like just like beyond that, like it's like loony, and people are asking for like voice notes before they kill themselves because I don't talk to them and I don't know them and stuff. It's scary. So, yeah. So we are going to go into it, but there was one thing that I was going to check here real quick, because with the astrology, there's so much happening this week that I want to talk to you all about. And yeah, okay, yeah. I was just confirming something that was coming up. Very weird. All right. So we're going to do the collective reading now. I just wanted to clarify something, because I'm, somebody who really wants people to thrive. And that's my number one mission, and it always has been. And so I just want people to know that. So we're going to talk the astrology real quick, do this collective, and then we'll pull the cards, and then we'll pull all of your 12 sun signs and do the card reading and see what happens. So this is a big week. It's the end of Cancer into Leo, okay? I know, and I say this every year, fucking for I don't know how, a decade now. Yes, I know. What a beautiful moment. It's my birthday. I was born on that day when fucking it transferred from Cancer into Leo. And there's something about that energy that is moving from the moon's house and the sun finally coming home. That is special. And it's special for us with Mars that's going to be in Leo. But of course, Venus is in Leo to start this week, and then goes right into Virgo, where it's at its fall position. So at least, the energies of the universe have Jupiter for its last week here in Pisces, and its home sign, its original home sign, the ruler of Pisces. We've got Neptune in its home sign. We've got this sun moving into Leo, which is going to be awesome. that's the most dignified place for the sun. But we got Venus moving out of Leo and moving into Virgo, where it's not, of course, the happiest. It's its fall position, but we got to, talk about being picky and making sure that things are in the right place, especially with our heart, with the sun and Mars and Leo. We got yods to Mars this week. The finger of fate is definitely at work with these yods to Neptune and Pluto, which can be a little difficult, making it a little confusing, especially of like what action to take with love right now. And then you got Pluto there in Capricorn going like, I got to make some sort of change and commitment to things. But it's like kind of, I would say with Neptune, Pluto, and realizing that I have this yacht in my chart with the moon in Taurus to my Pluto Neptune sextile exact. My emotions are always like ready to go all in on something. And then, oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure the spiritual stuff's there. And like, I'm a manifesting generator. So it's like, I have to go off making sure that gut response is 100. And I feel like for all of us, there's that gut response that we're looking for 100. But at the same time, I feel like there's a protective barrier that we've all kind of created that we all need to break. I feel that with the sun coming into Leo, we have to have the courage with Mars and a yod as well. We have to have the courage to love and to be happy and to make the moves in love, whether it's entering into something that we feel that we want to, being clear on what that is, being clear on what we don't want to, and not doing what we don't want to do, or not continuing to do what we want to do, or continue to stay where we don't want to stay in love. Those are hard things to do, especially with Jupiter on the last week here of being in Pisces. And this is a full moon in Aquarius that is going to be one of 2 full moons in Aquarius. So talk about Jupiter is coming back into Aquarius next week with Saturn. That's going to play out the once in 20-year cycle of the Jupiter-Saturn cycle. But we are now moving into an air cycle with Jupiter-Saturn. And this Jupiter-Saturn in Aquarius was the same Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius in 1962 that was wild. And if you remember, since now we're in Leo this week, when we had the new moon on the Chinese New Year for this year of the bull, right? That it's really interesting to me because the closest that we could have got to that kind of energy was the same time with all the planets that were in Aquarius, with Saturn being in there and Jupiter and stuff. Like that was like 1960. I think it was 1962's one, and that was all like leading up to JFK and all the craziness that happened with him, the Vietnam War, all this crazy stuff. And I think that is important for us to realize, like, we are about to go into this Aquarius world extreme. And so utilizing the sun in Leo while this is going to be a full moon in Aquarius, and we're going to see the sun make a quincunx to Jupiter. And so the stories that we're telling ourselves with the South Node still being in Sag, I think it's difficult. Like we can keep numbing ourselves, a numbing story. We could keep sitting in some people depression stories. Some people could create a story like I'll never find somebody, or I'll always have to have this horrible relationship, or I'll always be in this amazing relationship that's really horrible. I mean, it's a constant cycle that we're all going through that we're all going to have to break free of. This is Aquarius, the breaker of the chains, the breaker that comes out of the chains of Capricorn. And the freedom element of life. Now, not in love, it's just freeing yourself of the things that are holding you from courage, the things that are holding you from love, which people got to show up in love. But, I think that the hardest part for me with this being a Leo and all Leo in my chart, that it's like, I have to look at it myself. I'm not going to put that blame out there and I see it in the collective and I don't see it myself. I see it in myself and I see it in everybody that we've all become skittish. We're all looking at relationships like a scientific fucking laboratory. Do we really want to make love out of a laboratory and have it leak? How well does that go? And I think that this week is so powerful in the sense that we have to use this Jupiter in Pisces because we're not getting it back for a long time. Okay, Jupiter's got to retrograde back into Aquarius, and it's going to be there with Saturn. It's going to be in oppositions with the Sun and Leo. It's going to be Venus is getting ready for oppositions to, this opposition to Jupiter as well this week, while this full moon's happening. So I feel like this week it's all looking at Jupiter. It's all looking at the Aquarian energy and what, not only where it's at, but where it's going. It's also the sun in Leo coming in and going, well, I got Mars here, and Mars is going to be on Regulus by the end of this week. It's going to start making its conjunction a couple degrees off the orb of it, but it's like in all of our charts, because I don't think people are looking for love that were born after 2012. So yes, Regulus is in Virgo, but in your chart, Regulus is in Leo. Unless you're 9 years old watching this, I don't know if you would be doing that because I turned no for kids on the show. But talk about having to find the courage of your heart and the courage of yourself to make changes that are about getting rid of the stories of how it should be or how it should look. These are hard stories of disconnection from things that happened to the biggest blow in all of our lives of 2020. 2020 was not a blow job. It was a blow up. And, Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn is a lot like the Death and the Tower card together. And mix that with Jupiter, like being kind of like I would call it like a little bit of a world card, all being destroyed. And there's parts of our life that got destroyed that we're never going to get back. It's not going to resurge. Now in Libra, because Saturn and Pluto happened there, in 82 and 83, we can survive the weirdness of being in a world where pre-82, divorce was becoming popular, but, nobody knew how to be a single parent yet, really. It was demoralizing if you were living in the community and you got a divorce. You were shunned upon. You were shunned upon if you had a different viewpoint about love, if you wanted to love whoever you wanted to love pre-1982. And so we made it through all that. Now we got to make it through the idea that the world is not the world that we all want to have back. And there's parts of our own inner life and our own inner love stories and all that are never coming back, or they never will be changed. And whether you want to accept that or continue to be on some sort of weird quest that's taking you off the quest of the true new destiny in your life, that's the big question this week. Are you going to stay on the ship that is the direction that God is pulling you towards, the era of providence, that we all are having to step higher into God, into a higher vibration, and not be sucked dry anymore by relationships that are going to take us away from our mission, take us away from our destined positions that we all are going to learn a lot about. And we are all going to have to be breakers of these chains that we create of illusion. It reminds me of, especially with all these aspects, Venus opposed Jupiter, the sun quincunx Jupiter, a full moon semi-sextile Jupiter that's in Pisces retrograde at the 0 degree spot, while the south node's in Sag, the dispositor to that. Like this is the end of these stupid stories. The south node and Juno are conjunct. I mean, this is where you can idolize somebody to be your savior, and they're not going to be. You have to make sure that it's coming from the truth. You have to make sure that it's not coming from the dark. And you got to make sure that you're not being lied to by lying to yourself. Because it doesn't matter if people are deceptive. It doesn't matter if people are dark. It doesn't matter if somebody comes into your life like the devil card or something like that. It's whether or not you accept that. It's whether or not you choose that. It's whether or not you choose to make that your story. That's on you. And this week, this is where it's like, it's all on you. Wherever your love story's at, it changes depending on you. It depends on what actions you take. It depends on your courage. And if you go after somebody and they don't have the courage to do it, then you are still on your path. It's not over. It just means that ship ain't docking with you. And I think that's where the energy's got to go now. Instead of like continuing to give chances, to continue to be in depression, to continue to be in demoralizing our own selves. And I hope that helps people for this week, because yes, Mercury is in Cancer. Yes, Chiron's retrograde's done with that square. We've looked at all these deep wounds emotionally of what we're not getting, what we're not especially hoping for with the South Node in Sag. Or idolizing things that aren't true. So final thought on the astrology for the collective this week. You don't want to be with Mars in Leo and now the Sun in Leo. You have to remember that you have to be classy, but you have to take action. As a Leo, I can tell you, we open doors. I'm a male version, so I'm giving you the male version. We open doors. We like to show off our love. We like to do those things, but we also make sure that there's confirmation. We just don't go, trying to force people to love us, because that's the most unattractive thing for a Leo. Like, the most unattractive part of being a Leo is if we don't do it. We wouldn't go after somebody we knew didn't want us. That is just like the ultimate turnoff. But for those that aren't Leos, it's almost like they believe that they can somehow convert people. And you can't convert people. You can't convert people to love you. You can't just keep hoping somebody will love you one day and keep trying. Whether they've been in a relationship with you for a long time or whether you've never been in a relationship with them. That you've got to learn to show up with class and be courageous enough to give your best shot, but also make sure that you're not just brazenly going out of control and trying to force it on somebody or trying to convert somebody or sneaking up beside somebody like, oh, I love you, and like, you're going to be this way. And I know that. It's like, no, you don't know shit. We all don't know shit. The only thing that we can possibly grasp is the curiosity and whether or not, as Gemini is, which is like the Lover's card, the Gemini energy of coming together like twins that agreed to be twins or agreed to see if they are connected and to figure out the path of the unknown together. And that is where love is at its greatest with this Pisces Jupiter, the Sun quincunxing it, and with also Venus oppose it. That we have to believe only in the unknown, not the sureties, because the sureties, the knowingness is an illusion. And that is something that is holding all of us away, having this expectation of, I'll know. No, you won't know. You will only know through the experience that you have to go seek the truth of it. And that goes outside of love and everything in the world right now. But because of the way the world's going right now, I'm not going to go into all that world stuff. That's what High Vibes for, where I can do that truth. I'm going to give you everything I can to the limits that I can. I'm going to do that because after watching fellow astrologers that I know that can't be on YouTube anymore, watching all these people getting taken down, my whole Instagram is completely shadow banned. People can't tag me, nothing. It's not like I haven't got all the videos out there and all the truth out to you all, and I will continue to bring that, but I can't just, like, do you really want me to just blow this whole thing up? Same thing in love. Am I just going to, and you got to ask this to yourself, are you or are we just going to, like, know something that we might not like the answer about it? And this is different, though, when it comes to, like, truth, right? Like, I'm an activist of truth because I love truth and I'm only seeking truth and I'm constantly looking for truth. And that's why, like, Ann and I are putting out shows about history and trying to show you patterns in history and show you what's happened. And the history is very important right now, but you got to look at your own love history. And you have to not try and break down some sort of wall. You have to break down your own chains of your fears, but you don't need to go break down somebody else's wall. Or you don't, it's like those platforms, this platform, it ain't my platform, yo. At the end of the day, the honest truth is YouTube is not my platform. Instagram is not my platform. Somebody else's life is not my soul. That's their soul, right? You got to remember that. And this is very important during these times because these lines are getting blurred and people are starting to take their own eminent domain, their own presence on people, their own ownership of people, their own, crazy idolization about situations, and trying to turn it into their own way. No matter how much I don't like the result of what's going on right now with truth, how much I do not agree with the position of the White House. I do not think that we are living in a world right now that is transparent at all. And I think that it is disgusting that, they are using the story of what's out there in order to say that truth shouldn't be allowed to be put out there. All truth is everybody's version of whatever they put out there to seek the truth, and that everybody is heard. But no matter how, I'm not going to just sit here and just blow that up to where I can still get out as much as I can in order to get people to the place to where that truth lies. That's like shooting Paul Revere, right? Like Paul Revere is known for moving the message that the British are coming. Now, he did not move all the way up and down all 13 colonies. He ended up telling taverns, and taverns told taverns, and they kept sending the message, but it was Paul Revere who started it. But I think that, it's like, I'm not going to shoot Paul Revere. He's getting the message to the next tavern. And that's what these platforms are. And maybe it might be a simple message, but to get to the command center in our life and our own love lives too, let's not destroy our own selves in love. Let's not try and destroy others in love, especially because you might be creating a story in your head, or you can't deal with the truth that the past is over, or that some things are not coming back, or that some things that you wish were different won't change, and that you have to be that change, and that you have to understand that instead of sometimes trying to use all your troops and use all your ammunition and stuff and try and take down a huge wall and then take down the castle and then take down all the people, sometimes, you have to go around that, right? And it's not about retreating, it's about flanking. And I think that, we're all having to make flanks in our life that are different. We're all having to make massive adjustments, massive pivots during this time. And some of those pivots are pivots that we weren't expecting ever to happen. And believe it or not, a lot of them, have deep connections to what transpired in 2018, 2019, 2020 in your life. And those are hard pivots to make. And even when you think you've pivoted, you've still got deep inner work that you got to do. But the way to get out of a lot of holding on to things is moving on. And that's the best lesson of Aquarius that could teach Leo, is moving on, moving forward. And all of us need to move forward, whether we like it or not. All of us need to get over searching, because searching is not in the truth. You don't search for the truth, right? The truth is something that it shows up. God speaks it. You can see it. This doesn't make sense. And searching for the truth means that you don't have any bit of information for the truth. You're just searching for it. You're just looking for it. You're hoping to find it. This is not a show right now based off the astrology. I change it based off the astrology. This is not a show right now about giving you hope for love. This is about giving you truth to see where the love is and to see what you can do in your immediate environment, in your immediate life right now to have love. There's a big difference. Because hoping for it will get you nowhere right now. Showing up for it, stepping into it, communicating it, not being afraid of rejection, not being afraid of seeing what it's like to maybe go in a direction you've never gone before in relationships, that's truth. And that's something that we all have to do, some sort of showing up with this Yod to Mars. And I think that this yacht is bigger, in my opinion, than with the energy of the full moon in Aquarius, and knowing we're going to get another full moon in Aquarius. And there's no coincidence to that, especially because the two double full moons in 2019 were in Libra. And I did a video called The Turning Point of Relationships, if y'all remember that one. And look at your life from 2019. The turning point has happened. And boy, has it been a turning point that we have, think of yourself as a ship right now. Like, are you continuing to hope that the skies will change? Hope that the water will change? Hope that the winds will change? Or are you just focused on knowing what position the compass is at and aiming the ship there and being curious to see what's there by continuing to stay on that heading, opposed to searching on the compass through all the different degrees and looking at the environment around you as being like, I don't see anything in the environment I want, and just keeping on waiting for the environment to change when it's not going to. It's just like, second that the sun's out, oh wait, the winds get higher now because there's more pressure. Oh wait, the water's changing now because this. Oh, the wind's dying down now. Oh, you know what I mean? Like all this, the second you just keep on that long search, I hate to say it, you're just going to keep going and being like, why am I missing something? You're not showing up to something. You're not willing to take a big leap into something. Saturn square Uranus is a gamble. And it's a gamble about how we try to pivot in the way that we handle things and stop doing the insanity of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So we're going to pull some cards, of course. Let's see what's going on for the collective this week. And I'm going to be using some decks here, but I got a feeling we're going to be using that new unicorn deck that Hay House sent, and then the Astro and the Ganesha deck, the Shadow deck, and this deck. I'm using the Illuminati deck at the moment, and then I got Botticelli deck. I forgot what this other deck's called. There's so many decks, but let's see what's going on for this week for the collective. We got the Four of Swords as the first card here in reverse. Our challenge card that we got here is Seven of Pentacles upright. We have the Queen of Wands as our overall, and the way we get through our challenge is the Nine of Pentacles. Well, we're definitely not feeling very comfortable right now, or maybe it's just more not at ease when it comes to love. Whenever I see a Four of Swords reversed, it definitely feels like we don't have a stationary position. We don't have a position that we feel is stable in our relationships, especially when it comes to our emotional knowing and figuring out. We got a Seven of Pentacles here as challenge. It feels like we've put in a lot of work and gotten no return. And it feels like, especially when I look at this card from this deck, it almost feels like this Lumina. It feels like he's tired here. Like he's almost like, you can look at it both ways. He can look at it like he's proud, or he looks like he's tired. And the challenge here is to remember the hard work's paying off. And I think that, but the reality is, though, it feels like it's not paying off. Are we really doing the hard work too is a big question. We're going to look deeper at that. We got the Queen of Wands here as the overall. So it's like remembering the reality, remembering the commitment we make to love is everything to get the love that we want. But we have to be willing to put on. Look at her. She has to put on that whole entire outfit, and she probably needs a team of people to do it, but whether that's your friends and all that stuff. But she also has her black cat. She also she's got the protection of the divine, but she also is magical at the same time. And she knows the magic, and she knows the attraction, and the sunflower that's from the sun card. She knows the understanding that she has to love herself, and she has to be magnificent, and that she only will pick the magnificent. But she has to be magnificent first. And our Nine of Pentacles upright showed up, which I'm very happy to see. It's like the hard work right now is remembering just holding your value, holding your amazing beauty. And that when you hold that, it's very Queen of Wands like too. Just, of course, more physical. Like making sure that you feel good, making sure that you look good, making sure that you own that reality in yourself and your heart. That's what's going to attract. And that can get rid of a lot of the unsettledness that's going on. Let's see. Why did we get this Four of Swords? By the way, I have tendonitis in my left wrist that I'm healing right now. So that's why I'm a little slower at everything right now. Believe it or not, it sucks. Wow, we got the Justice card that popped up here for this Four Swords. I'm feeling like, you know what? We do got to balance things out. I almost feel like there's a little neurotic energy, especially with Four Swords, feeling like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to find that fucking emotional space. It's like, stop worrying. Stop like staying it feels very ungrounding, especially. But I think this Justice card is reminding us that, you know, the divine truth is going to show up, and we got to be in a balanced state, and we got to be in a state to look at things clearly from all angles, opposed to like living in some sort of crazy neuroticism. I think that, you know, we've got to find also relationships that people are not in an unbalanced place, especially like they don't have their shit figured out, or they're not safe within themselves. And especially if somebody doesn't, you know, have any self-worth in them, or is willing to show up with the regality of love and know that magnificent, like that's good signs for you. The Nine of Cups came up reversed with this Queen of Wands reversed. And I think that a part of this is like the Queen of Wands and the ultimate love is not about over-exaggerating this extreme, overwhelming love to the point of, you know, over-exaggerating it, or even especially because we are in times where the sun in Leo is great, but, you know, we do have Saturn that's an opposite of it energetically, just in that signs holding it. We're in a land of needing to find good balance and not trying to overindulge too much or thinking something needs to be overly magnificent. There has to be a right balance of these things right now. And this is also a card too, Nine of Cups. Like, you can't be magnificent if you're feeling like nothing good is happening to you. And there's a lot of this saying, like this feeling of nothing's good happening, or there's nothing out there for me. And it's like, that's got to stop, where nothing's going to come in. Like, if you really want something good to come in, you can't be continuing on that path. And so that's what we're facing with the collective there when it comes to the Oracle stuff here. And by the way, I just did shuffle this stuff, but I'm somebody who does like to shuffle. So what do we got here for the Astro? We got the North Node, life's purpose. I'm excited to see that, especially that North Node is in Gemini. It is in our truth. And, you know, it is remembering to focus on, even though the North Node is hard, you know, South Node's easy. It's easy right now to just be in hopeful land. Like, this will change or something. No, like, it's time to make change and put our life's purpose, and anything that connects in the justice and the truth of our life's purpose will be the home that we will find. But if we're not in our life's purpose, or somebody isn't in their life's purpose right now in the collective out there, like, you know, it's like probably big indicators of where to stay away from. When it comes to what's going on in the Unicorn deck here, I did a really good shuffle on this last week. I kind of just pulled the deck out and we were like, let's just roll with it. But I have been shuffling this one. I haven't even peeked or nothing. I'm excited to see what do we got going on here with this. We did pull the divine potential. It goes very well with that life purpose, you know, fulfill your destiny, be all that you can be. And that goes very well with Seven of Pentacles and with Nine of Pentacles, knowing your value, put that work in and know that you get big returns, especially look at the potential that it creates. And this card is something that does fulfill your destiny when you can be everything, and you got to show up and be all that you can be. You can't just be like half-assing shit and expecting a different result, especially. When it comes to our shadow that we're working through as a collective this week, what do we got here? We pulled the Bride in a Cage. So, you know, there's definitely this energy of us feeling stuck. Definitely feeling like we're not getting our love life, or somebody's out of reach or something like that, where that's a shadow we need to pay attention to. Anything that's out of reach, anything that's not possible right now is not divine. Or if you're feeling like your partner's shut off to you, or you're feeling like somebody's shut off to you, like, that's not it. Stop looking at where there's a cage. I think that's a big thing. Ganesha is telling us innocence. Yeah, I feel like this goes along with like this Four Swords reversed, and especially I think it's about remembering to come back to just the solid state of who you are, and that at the end of the day, we're all just like very beautiful and innocent love beings that just are just in that space. And anybody who's not in that space, that is not going to work out. If they can't get to that space, if they can't get to that true innocence in themselves, if you can't see the innocence of the soul, you can't see that transparency, you can't see that, we all fuck up. I get it, right? But I think it's like people who can't show that, this is not about being rigid. This is not being around rigid people, right? This is not about being around people that are not open emotionally. This is not about being around Debbie Downers. This is about people who know their potential, know their purpose, and are willing to put it all in. And with that innocence, I always do pick one card. And what was at the bottom of the deck? Oh, 5 of Wands. Yeah, this is, it feels like a lot, but I think that we have to remember that it doesn't have to be too complicated. It doesn't feel like we have to go through conflict. Like, there's a lot of different things coming at us from a lot of different angles. And I think it's just about 5 of Wands, though, to me is a good card. I like it. I know a lot of people don't. But it's a card of sport. It's a card of like being excited about things. Sure, it could be like feel like a battle, or it could feel like there's too many things at too many weird angles that are like, oh my gosh, this is too conflicting. But I feel like it's like showing up and finding a way to find that innocence and not having too many conflicts of interest in yourself that gets rid of your innocence. Our astro dice for this collective is, we do got the 4th house, Ceres. Wow. In Aries. Yeah, we got to nurture to remember to love ourselves. Aries, 4th house, Ceres. Like, our nurturing energy needs to be focused on our emotional needs and wants too. So like, if we're not allowing ourselves to go after our emotional needs and wants, we're going to deny our needs and wants, then we're not knowing how to nurture ourselves. And so that's what we got for our collective reading there. That was a quite interesting way to start things off. If I were to put in a video to show what the collective is, I would put it at relationship troubles. Relationship troubles. They don't have to look like their fights and arguments and stuff. They could be the relationship troubles of those fights and arguments we have within ourselves. And also can be out externalized too. But definitely, it doesn't mean that it's all going to end up bad, right? We have to be willing to face that stuff though. All right, first one that we are doing, I don't know which camera I'm on, but Taurus is the first one we are doing today. Taurus is... So we're about to see what's up with Taurus. I'm going to take a 30-second break here and look at what's going on here in the chat. Yo. Taurus. Sometimes you just got to be like... Okay, I don't know what to tell you. All right, Taurus. Wishing you the best for this week with love. I am wishing everybody, of course, the best, but let's see what we can find out for you, Taurus, this week and see what's going on with your love life. And I'm wishing you the best energy right now. I'm wishing everybody, of course, the best. So, this full moon for you in your 10th. Time to be big boy, big girl out there. Make big choices, and you get it doubly, twice about people. And responsibility, integrity, 2 people. You did pull the 9 of Wands in reversed. Here's your first card. Your challenge card that you got here is the 5 of Swords upright. Your overall here is the Knight of Wands in reversed. And you did get the Emperor to get your way through this. So it's kind of interesting to see this spread here, this 9 of Wands reversed. I think especially with I think you're coming off a little bit too strong here. You might be pushing people away, or you might be trying to fight for something too hard. Somebody might be trying to fight for you, and you might feel like you need to push them away, but like you might have given them that energy because you showed them that your defenses were down. You got a 5 of Swords here. You're standing your ground so much, pushing everybody away. Like, And that's your challenge. And the Emperor's here. Like, the Emperor knows how to get people to come to serve the Emperor and actually allow the Emperor to run the show. Nobody feels like running the show with you right now because of how much defenses that you put down, but then you also let people in, and then you kind of pushing them out, or you're definitely dealing with some weird situations that are putting you in those places. You got a Knight of Wands here. You got this overall. It's like somebody might be backing out, and you don't know how to deal with it, or you're backing out, and then they don't know how to deal with it. But there's definitely this back out energy, and it has to deal with this forceful energy or too much forcefulness. What do we got going on here? 9 of Wands reversed. I like this card. I just don't like to see it after a 5 of Swords as your challenge position. It almost feels like, oh, come in. No, get the fuck out of here. Like, whoa, okay. Maybe some weird shit happened, but maybe you're finding your empowerment. But, like, ask yourself, like, 9 of Wands reversed, like, are you pulling out of love? Or is somebody pulling out because they don't like it? Like, what? And why is that? We're going to find out. We got the Star card in reversed here with that 9 of Wands reversed. So it's almost like, yeah, letting the defenses down, but also not realizing that you have to come from, like, if you're letting the defenses down, you also have to come from, like, a really natural, beautiful space. The Star card, a new beginning, a new, beautiful energy, instead of, like, oh, I'll take the defenses down, but I'm really not ready for the revamp. I'm not really ready for the universe to guide the way here. And I think that you're going to need to pay attention to that, whether that's the person that you're dealing with or whether that's yourself. That 9 of Wands in reverse came with a 2 of Swords. It's like sitting on the fence. And I feel like that's the issue. Sitting on the fence, too many decisions on whether or not you're going to, if you're even ready for love, or if you really want to go for love, or it's about the person. Maybe it's the wrong person and there's somebody else. I'm going to get a little confirmation on that. Oh, Page of Swords. Yeah, you're thinking about something that really stimulates you, and there's something else that's not stimulating you. You know, Page of Swords. Especially this one's Princess of Swords, but it's Page in this deck. You know, it's like there's somebody a little bit more exciting and youthful. Maybe you changed your mind. Maybe you're changing your mind about things right now. Maybe somebody is not as exciting. Maybe it's somebody that you're not into anymore, and they don't know how to deal with that, or you kind of don't know how to deal with that. Don't deal with that with anger. You did get the water element. Your intuitive needs to sense what's going on, especially about what's going on about continuing to allow your defenses to be down. But I think that it's like remembering to stay emotionally in the place that you want to be, not running things from the mind, especially that 5 of Swords is your challenge. Like following your emotions, following your guidance. Don't feel bad about questioning your guidance right now, but how you do it, I think, is a big question. When it comes to the unicorn deck, you got create your vision. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. I feel like this one's great. I mean, it feels like, look at that unicorn's like doing a big leap and ready to fly up and take the Rainbow Road journey right into that new portal. And I feel like for you, it's almost like maybe you're being asked to do that, and it's got to be your vision. And maybe something didn't work out. Maybe somebody's not that exciting to you anymore. Maybe you realized because you weren't ready, it wasn't because you weren't ready for that situation. It wasn't exactly in your vision. That's quite interesting. The shadow card that you pulled is the artificial heart. Maybe this person that you keep questioning, maybe you just feel that they don't have the real heart, but you have to ask yourself too, is this you that is showing up with a cold heart? It's going to be either or. You did get that Page of Swords there. It's definitely like somebody's trying to communicate, or something's more interesting to you with that 2 of Swords. I always feel like, it's like, okay, what's the issue on the decision? You're not stimulated in one place and you're stimulated in another place, and you keep bouncing back and forth. That's the stimulation just trying to move into too many areas because there's a fear, and there's a fear of leaping into to what you really want here. But you have to go. You got a 3. You got to open up and create your vision. It's time for you to do that. You did get the Delight. That's a very Taurus card. Ganesha just ate a bunch of bananas. Very happy and delightful. What feels the best for you? What feels good for you? And what's delightful? Like, go for that and stop sitting on the fence for things that aren't, and stop yourself from stopping yourself from entering into the delightful places. I think that's important. I want to pull one card about whatever the person is that you're thinking about. I'm going to do this for all 12 signs. King of Swords, somebody that really is powerful, really strong, very communicative, and making their truth always be known and very transparent. I feel like if you're with somebody who feels very shady or something, or it's like maybe you're intimidated, and maybe you need to not be so intimidated by this person, because you might think they're cold, but they're not cold. They're very honest and truthful, and I think they're pulling up the energy within you of like, you need to be more honest, you need to be more communicative, you need to be more truthful. You did get the 7th house. That's good. With Saturn, and you got Scorpio there. So this is definitely a time for you about are you restricting people from coming in, especially putting up too many boundaries, too many walls? You got to put those defenses down. You also got to, of course, filter and trust. But I think that, the Saturn and Scorpio lesson is, what you are afraid of receiving, the fears, is what you need to control about relationships and the integration and the intimacy. There's a lot of issues in that you need to address this week with relationships. All right. We're going to make this easier. I have so many decks. I'm not going to try and save decks right now. It's just too much on this show. All right. Let's see who the next one is out there. We did get, for Tauruses, they have got party time. It's time to have the party. Delightful. Like, come on. Have that freaking party, Taurus. You better be looking like that unicorn there. We got Capricorn's next. Cappy's in the house. Capricorn is next. All right, Cappy time. Let's see what's going on, Cap. Sending you the best energy for this one. And I'm sending for all 12 signs. But this is the full moon about what are you gonna have or not have? You did get the 8 of Pentacles in reverse as your first card, Capricorn. And remember, this is also geared towards risings, moons, Venuses, however you want to look at it. Queen of Pentacles is your challenge. Upright. You got the 9 of Wands upright as your overall card here. And you did get the 7 of Swords reversed here. Wow. What happened, Capricorn? This could feel just like a super lack thereof of not knowing where to go and what to really go towards and what to create and build, and feeling you gotta, number one, Capricorn, your issue and challenge is, in order to build and create love, you got to get over this misunderstanding energy. You might, and for some Capricorns, it's a trust issue. 7 of Swords could be a misunderstanding situation, or just like maybe some people just, it wasn't that they weren't truthful, they just weren't ready, or they're not ready. Or 8 of Pentacles reversed. I mean, it definitely feels like kind of feels lost about not knowing what to create, what to build here, or what to do with the relationship. There's definitely a lot of questions about what to do with the relationship here, or what to do about relationships. Like, it's almost like I'm ready to give up. Like, I don't know. Do I need to go to relationship school? Like, you got a 9 of Wands here too. I mean, I definitely feel like the overall, the results of this though is like getting you more empowered and knowing where to stand in life, especially, knowing what you want and owning that, and knowing that you can create things, but you can't have these weird, shady vibes. You can't also yourself not communicate correctly. But you also need to stop being afraid to communicate about what you really want. I feel like there's a deep fear here of feeling like, I don't know. We're about to find out, but I just feel like there's some weird, like illogical, like viewpoints here that really, I don't know, doesn't make sense to me about this. You might even be like denying yourself of what you really want. That's what I feel. You're denying yourself of what you really want to do, feeling that you're not good enough, feeling that maybe you're not good enough to have something better. Or, 8 of Swords. I mean, gee. I mean, in order to get back on the grind of the good grind of love, I mean, you got to kind of get yourself out of your own trap of your own self, your own karmic trap that you create by staying in the same mental patterns, negative mental patterns, so forth. This 9 of Wands that you're dealing with here, you got the King of Wands in reversed. So I mean, if you're not really ready to step up in your life, especially when it comes to, you know, really being able to stand for what you want in love and being direct in what you want in love, especially with the Knight of Wands, I mean, it's almost like people are just like, either A, they're not showing up, or B, when they show up, they don't take you seriously because you're not clear. There's definitely a lot of unclarity. I'm going to get a card. What's up with that Seven of Swords reverse? Temperance card. Yeah, it's almost like, you know, it's a very powerful card of evolution itself, but it's a very powerful card of natural aspects of things. It's almost like being afraid of naturally saying, like, hey, I want to have love. Like, too much beating around the bush. Stop beating around the bush. I'm getting that one up intensely. At the second house owning. This is all coming about the second house full moon that you're about to have. 8th house sun. I mean, what do you really want to have? I think that because you don't know, because you're sitting on the fence, or because maybe of what you're continuing to hold on to, whether it's a single life or whether it's a person, like, it's toxic and it's not mastering anything. It's not creating anything. It's not sitting there. It's not feeling like it's ready to continue to build and grow the thing that you really want in your life. Like, what are you doing here? The unicorns that we got here, we got the ascension lift. Look at that. Lift off. Look at there's a cat lifting off with a fox. Prepare for rapid spiritual growth. Be ready for opportunities. I feel like that's what this is. You got to be ready for the opportunities. You have to allow yourself to go wherever you need to go instead of holding that back, instead of like having these misunderstandings that you can't build and grow and being too defensive in many ways and not wanting to show up for love. Like, you think God or the universe is going to want to show up and lift you up if you're going to be in that space? I don't think so. I know I wouldn't to anybody. I'd be like, okay, you don't want to go? Okay, but you're not going. I'm not going to try and convince you. God's not going to try and convince you to have great love anymore, Capricorn. God's going to take the Capricorns this week that's like, okay, fuck yeah, I'm ready for that shit. I'm ready to ascend. I'm ready to fucking go. I'm going to let go of this ownership thing of how it should be, and it's toxic. It's toxic to yourself. It's toxic to other people. It's like this is like you letting go of non-mastery, which is toxic ownership of crap within yourself. Lying to your own self about that nothing good is possible. Queen of Pentacles, she can make anything possible. That means if it's a challenge position, you don't believe anything's possible, or anybody even thinks that you're attractive, or blah, 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 blah. Stop these stories. Your shadow card that you got here is the forgetting oneself. And I mean, this is exactly like, it's like maybe you need to forget yourself and what you're trying to own and put value in. But also the shadow here is you're forgetting what you really want. King of Wands in reversed. Knight of Wands, like that Knight of Wands is a guard defending a fucking castle with no king in it of love. And you're forgetting what you really want, and you're forgetting to go after what you want. You're forgetting oneself. You're putting too much pressure on other people, or you're holding weight for too many people, or you're holding weight for the not self, right? Like this idea that you need to be a Capricorn and like you need to be reserved, you need to take your time, you need to do all that shit. This is 8th house transit. It's time for you to get it. Mars in the 8th house, like, come on, what are you doing? You did get the priorities. I think that you gotta get your priorities straight. About what? 7 of Cups in reverse. That's kind of interesting. I mean, you know, 7 of Cups brings so many options and so many different looks at things, but I got a feeling like the priority is like, you could have the ultimate treasure of your life. And I think that it's like, make that your priority. I think that you're lost in other priorities that are away from love. And you're like, why isn't love happening? It's like, well, you're spending more time fucking worrying about like, I'm trying to think of a Capricorn thing, but it'd be like, you're fucking, you know, if your laundry got done right at the right day, like, it's like you're blowing off dates, or you're missing out on opportunities, or you're missing out on love, or you and your partner, the priorities for you, it's like, you know, you maybe put them as only priority and not yourself. And now you don't know what to do, but you're going to have to look at this priority thing. And there's a lot of self-mastery that can come about, but there's definitely toxic stuff that you need to let go of in order for you to step into. Maybe it's a person, but I think within yourself. And it's instant when you're ready to take ownership of what you really want to have in your life. And step into the kingdom that's worth having, the kingdom of love. You did get Mars in Aries. That's good. And you did get it in this 6th house. I mean, you definitely need to make lifestyle changes to make the lifestyle the way that you want it to. And I think you need to go after things and maybe embed what more you want in your life. Because I feel like you're not embedding what you really want in your life. You're not going after what you want in your life, especially when it comes to love. It's almost like you're denying that. It's like you're like keeping love on the sideline, and it's like you need to put love as a priority in your reality. And if you're thinking about somebody and what's going on, Three of Swords reversed. It's like, let go of the heartbreak. You haven't let go of it yet. Or you're too worried that it will go to heartbreak, just your overall love life right now, and you need to stop that. And you can't be afraid of heartbreak either with something you don't want to be with. So Capricorns are getting relationship troubles. Those good old relationship troubles. Our next sign that we are getting, we did get the Sagittariuses. So Sag, you are up now. You are up now, Sag. Saggy-waggies. What's going on with the Sages out there? We all need a good Sag in our life to bring us hope and happiness until that moment when they fucking start pushing their beliefs on you. And then you're like, get me out of here. So, Sages, I love you. We're going to see the best for you. Don't push your own beliefs on yourself and don't push beliefs on others right now. You have to look at the truth. Let's see how that truth is going. Let's see how this full moon in Aquarius goes about really looking at, the truth. Third house. Stop living in pie in the sky. You got the Six of Swords in reversed here. You have the Justice card reversed as your challenge. Your overall is the Hierophant card upright. Your way through the challenge is the Eight of Cups in reversed. This is a little funky to me already. This one's a very hard read. You know why? Because that Justice card reversed is your challenge. And when I see that, I'm like, okay, there's a relationship situation that is not right, but then this is what makes it hard. The Eight of Cups is saying, well, in reverse, like don't pull out, but at the same time, you got a Six of Swords reverse. It's like, well, maybe you're like, well, I'm not supposed to move anywhere different. And then there's this Hierophant of like, okay, I got to stay in the traditional energy and I got to stay committed kind of energy. But I got a feeling because that Justice was reversed, it's like, do you want to continue down a path that's imbalanced? And I feel like this is a pattern of repeating itself. I'm going to confirm that. Boom. Four of Cups. I got a feeling, Sag, and this is a hard one. It's like you keep dealing with what you don't want and you keep justifying it. And it's imbalanced. You keep missing the opportunities to move on. And where could you move to? The real. If you're going to commit to something, it better be fucking godly as hell. But like, I think that even though maybe on the outside there's a lot of that feels that way, it's like, what is it about? Is it about material things? You're dealing with Pluto and Capricorn. But when it comes to the actual, like, where your heart really stands or where your interests really are and stuff, it feels like you're missing. There's something missing here. And you keep going back because you feel like you're going to fulfill that missing element. You really think that that's going to get fulfilled? Let's find out. Two Pentacles, the juggler that's always juggling and dancing around. And, it's like you keep doing weird dances, maybe moving and doing everything that you can to try and fix everything, or doing a new project, or doing this, or doing that, or doing, oh my God. Like, get on the fucking boat already. That's really where you're meant to go. Why do you live through this weirdness? You got the Lovers reversed with the Hierophant. So that's very deep confirmation for me with Four of Cups with Eight of Cups reversed, with Justice reversed in the challenge row. And the way you get through that is realizing that you won't pull out of a situation that you're missing something, and you keep trying to fulfill it and justify it. You keep trying, the fact that you have to keep defending yourself. And I bet you keep getting lots of signs right now about a situation that just continues to be this continuous cycle that's not ever really leading to the Lovers reversed. It's like you're ready to continue to stay on the course. It's almost like you hope that God will change it, especially that Hierophant there. Or you think the Pope will fucking be able to like sanctify it and grant you passage because your belief. You got the juggler here. You've got the one that's juggling constantly. You got the one that's dancing. Should I be on land or sea? Should I be over here or there? It's turmoil. It's trying to find a balance and rhythm constantly and never really does. It's a hamster wheel. And that Six of Swords reverse is not listening to and almost feeling like, well, I don't need to go and move anything. Everybody moved a bunch. Yeah, you moved a bunch to keep fulfilling something. What's going on? Oh, it's about love. It's about Venus. Well, if we see Venus opposed Jupiter this week happening in your 10th and your 4th, it's definitely, having to make big decisions, leaving your 9th of your beliefs and your mind. I mean, this is definitely, what's up? You got 3 of Cups. Somebody's looking for a much more fun time for love. That's why you keep dancing and trying all these things. But I'm going to be honest, when I read this deck, I look at somebody who's seeing the positive on the surface constantly, but something's deeply missing, and like you don't know how to handle that. You got the violet flame. There is no number on the, or there's 26. It's an 8. Big decisions. Invoke the cosmic diamond violet flame, or violet flame. Kind of feels violent. Transmute all that is not love. Wow. 4 of Cups. Transmute all that is not love. I think that's what you're trying to do, to fulfill something that's missing, or feel like, but there's some weird push away, and like, this is just a really hard repetitive cycle of trying to go back and justifying something that you keep going back to, that you know that you want to leave, but you keep thinking, oh, well, maybe I'm missing out on another part of the gift. Oh, I just saw another part of the gift. I just saw that they just, they had a little win here today. But I feel like for you, it's like this is a constant juggle. It feels like this Lover's reverse is going to give us a lot. I'm going to do a confirmation on the Lover's reversed. The High Priestess reversed. It's like this is the deep illusion of something being divine. That's a divine lesson. What's the shadow? Oh, revenge. That came with the star reversed. A reset just isn't working, and the shadow is, I'm not going to, when I look at the revenge card, I look at kind of like, fuck you, God. I'm going to show you that this will work. Fuck you who tells me that something feels off. I'm going to keep fucking showing you. So it's like putting revenge against yourself, opposed to putting revenge, like, you don't need revenge, but I feel like it's almost like vengeful about, well, fuck you, like the universe, you don't know shit, and other people, they don't know shit. I know what's best. I know what's best. I know what's good for me. I don't need to fucking start in a fresh new space. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to have a balanced relationship. It's okay that I juggle. It's okay that it's missing something. It's okay that I've created a fantasy that's not a fucking true thing. surrender. Woo! I think that's what you're doing in the situation on the challenge line too much. I'm just going to surrender, and this is what I have to deal with. But maybe the universe is telling you to surrender that and find peace again. And you did get that with the Ace of Pentacles, a new story, a new physical story, a new coin, a new offering, a new beautiful story. If you're whoever you're thinking about right now, the Hermit, you're definitely seeking your truth. You're seeking a lot, and you're trying to, but that's not a really good card here for love. I mean, this is like the fact that you need to keep going into the library to figure out your next fucking thing while you're trying to juggle everything. You can't be the Hermit and the juggler at the same time. You can't be the Hermit in a love story that's fucking fanatical, fantasy-like. So I put relationship troubles for the Saggies. They're definitely getting that. There's a truth bomb there. You did get Libra as your 7th house with the part of fortune. I mean, are you ready to emotionally, really look at the justification of the truth about your partnership life, or you're not ready to face that change? You're not ready to face that physical change in your life, that emotional change. Well, I'm wishing you the best, Sag. All right. Who's next? Cancers. Cancer. How's that chat going off? All right. What is going on with these Cancers now out there? Happy belated birthday for those that had a birthday in this last week, and happy birthday to those that are born here at the end of Cancer. You did get the Queen of Swords in reverse as your first card there, Cancer. You got the Fool in reverse as your challenge. Ooh. Owie, mama. You did get the Page of Swords in reversed. Overall, well, you got 2 cards that just pulled out. You got the 4 of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Wands reversed. You got all reversals. Not clear at all. Fool card reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Page of Swords reversed. This is a what the fuck moment. Don't know how to say it any better. And the way that you get through that is stop trying to bring, a positive. I'm going to be positive. And the universe is saying, like, maybe you need to let go of how much you've put energy onto this. You've given too much value to something here. This is a hard one, Cancer. I don't know how else to tell you. I mean, especially the Full reverse, like that is just being a complete dumbass here. Like completely, you've fallen off the cliff. You've already known, it's kind of like, falling off the wagon. With Queen of Swords reversed, there's definitely a lot of things that are not clear. That the path in which you thought things were are not clear at all. The direction is not the direction that you want it to go. Page of Swords there is like trying to give you warning signs, and also there could be just like no real truth coming out that you need to find. What's going on with this here? What is Cancer so unclear about? 10 of Cups. Upright. The magical love story that is not the magical love story. It makes sense with this moon in Aquarius with Saturn there. I mean, you have to know where you're investing your energy. And sometimes, you know what? You got to take some risks and you got to do some experiments. But, you also need to move forward. And this is not clear that the love story is as beautiful as you thought it was going to be. Pluto is reminding all of you Cancers that still. You got the Death card here with that Page of Swords in reverse. You're not listening to the messages of an ending. You're denying the message of an ending. This is like denying if you know, I don't know. Let's say you were dating Marilyn Monroe. Like, oh no, she's not out with somebody else right now. Where is she right now? I thought we have this magical love story. How many quaaludes was she on? Like, ooh, I know people get all pissed at me about that. You got Neptune here, just sitting in the fog, sitting and sacrificing too much, especially when I see this Queen of Swords that's trying to bring clarity, and Ten of Cups is very Neptunian, but also it could be the dark side of Neptune when I'm seeing this, especially it's a 10, and we got a 10 of Cups here. I mean, I think the love story exists, but I think that, you know, you got to be clear in the path. I think also in your personal life, because we are dealing with this 10 of Cups, you know, in order to have this and attain this, it's almost like, is this person or this situation taking you in the right direction? Are they able to keep up with you? Are they taking you off the direction and where you need to go? And you're sacrificing too much of your time to be in their idea of the love story that doesn't match with your idea of the love story. I feel like that there's a lot of blurriness around that. I'm going to pull one more card with this 10 of Cups and Neptune. And you did get the World card. That's a completion card. So that's like reached it. You already had the 10 of Cups moment. Even if you were dating him for 2 weeks, like you already had that moment where that was your 10 of Cups moment. I just wanted one more and a 7 of Swords reversed. Lying to yourself, like, you know, information you're still trying to seek that you don't know. There's something tricky. There's something really, really apparent that you are avoiding. I mean, or that somebody is deceiving extremely. You've got so many swords reversed here. You've got even your recommendation from Spirit is Page of Wands reversed and 4 of Pentacles reversed to a Fool reversed. That's the only way you can get out of a Fool situation is like, stop thinking of excitement and love. Stop looking back at texts that were positive. Stop giving so much value to it. Like, this is a big red flag warning situation going on right now. What do the unicorns have to say? Cocoon of white light. Ooh, I don't know about it. Rest in perfect love. Understand oneness. I feel like definitely that Neptune, there's a split. There's definitely a split on ideas and on world. And I almost feel like, yeah, you kind of need to wrap yourself around and get back to the oneness with the universe and God. I feel like you've almost been taken away from, with Neptune there especially, you've sacrificed too much and you've got off track here. You need to kind of save yourself here, especially with the Fool card, like in a cocoon of white light. Ironically enough, too, that 19, that equals 20. It's a 2. It's the last number in all numbers that it's an odd number that when you equal it to 20 equals an even number. Every other numbers, it's the teens that do that. And no other teens do that except 11 through 19. Calling the storm in is the shadow that I don't think you're facing. I don't think that you're seeing the storm here. And maybe you do. Maybe it's just avoiding the storm. Death card reversed. Page of Swords reversed. I want to give Cancers a little bit of hope here. What's coming in? I'll use a unicorn. What's trying to come in that's more beautiful? Cosmic Pearl. Expand your psychic gifts. Open the gate to the angelic realms. I think that you're dealing with somebody who doesn't do this work, doesn't understand this life, doesn't do any of this shit. And I think that you have to go into that new path with where your true psychic gifts are, with where the open gate to the angelic realms are. I'll give you another love card here, Cancer, because this feels like a bad situation. The Talisman, yeah, somebody who's got the key to the divine, that understands the key to the divine. I think that you're dealing with somebody who has no key to the divine. They don't have a key to God. I'm not saying that, you know, they're not godly or they don't believe in God, whatever, but I'm just saying like they don't have the key to the cosmic story, to the cosmic pearl, to the cosmic way. You did get revelation. Oh shit. I mean, that's, you know, That's Ganesh, like, you know, at the top of the whole entire galaxy and universe looking down. It's a revelation of all kinds. I mean, it's like the book of Revelations. I mean, this is definitely a very intense moment. I'll get a confirmation card on that revelation there for you. You did get the strength card reversed. You're too afraid to go through this truth and revelation. And about the person that you're thinking of, you got the Queen of Wands. That makes sense. You're holding the love line on a revelation moment of just complete catastrophe, not in alignment. How do cancers get out of this? This is too much. Page of Cups reversed. Yeah. Maybe stop and take a look at what you're doing emotionally and figure out what the emotions really are. Maybe pay attention to where somebody stopped giving their emotions and said that they were because they were young and they were energetically young emotionally and they've lost that. You got the 8th house. So that's your lesson this week with the 2 full moons in the 8th. Leo. I don't know if Leo means anything to you. Pluto. I mean, I think that you're uncovering a deep truth about love and you're having to get to the bottom of things. And this is a lot of exposing. And this is also a lot about what you commit your energy to and if it's really love or not. And this is also facing the death of love too. I mean, extremely. Especially that death card reversed. Why did that come out? The Sun card reversed. And Leo is there. This is like, cool down the love energy, you fool. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That's what I got for you. I don't want to go deeper into that one. I think that it's been pretty clear. That one was a lot of clarity. That one was like too much clarity. So on that one, I don't even know what to put. I would put boring relationships so they could just see what it really looks like and then throw troubled relationship after. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Sorry, Cancer. I don't know what to tell you. Well, I just do this job. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm trying my best to help y'all. You know what I mean? Like, but when it's like I'm trying to find as many cards as I can for happiness for you, and the only one is the Cosmic Pearl and the Talisman. It's like about what's on the horizon for something. If there was something new, it's about they're not spiritual. Sorry to say. Whether you want to lie to me and tell me that they are, they're not. Pisces. Wow, it has been like. This has been an odd order of signs here. Very odd order of signs. Okay, we're going to throw in a new deck because we're getting, even though it's kind of cool the way that I do the show, like these decks are still here, but we are going to open up a new deck. We are going to use the Vampir's deck. Card drop. This card drop's just for everybody. I'm just gonna. What popped up with this? Oh my gosh. Doing this show is so hard, actually. I need to figure out a better way to do the show. 5 of Swords in reversed. That's just for everybody. At this moment right now, like, stand up for yourself more. Stop giving in to shit that you don't want to do. And also try harder for what you really want. Stop being a little wuss. Like, no, I know. I'm just like having fun. Like, all right, let's see what's going on with those Pisces, the fishies out there. First card that we got is the 9 of Wands in reversed. Ooh. Your challenge card is the 4 of Pentacles in reversed. You got the 10 of Wands in reversed. You got the Tower in reversed. That's the way through this. You know, you're not losing everything by letting go of things, Pisces. I feel like that Tower reversed is reminding you that you're not losing everything. Because that four of Pentacles in that challenge position is definitely saying, like, it's time to drop putting so much effort and value into something that's not showing up. I mean, it's also like, stop trying to defend something. Stop trying to keep something going that's not working. And there's also a lot of weight here that needs to be dropped. That 10 of Wands there. Too much work, too much. This is a lot that you put in that you're not losing everything. You're too afraid, I feel, to put an end to something because you feel like you'll lose something that you put so much work in, or that you value so much, or you. It's also going to be money. Like, oh, I can't because, you know, what's my financial situation going to be like? If it's your sugar daddy out there, well, that's already a fucking not a good situation. What's going on here with this 9 of Wands in reversed? 8 of Wands in reversed. I mean, stop going backwards. Stop trying to... Stop going backwards by trying to contain this. You need to, like, let yourself free. This is like freedom stuff. Like Braveheart shit, like freedom. Like the English are fucking raping and pillaging all of the fucking the people in the town. I don't know, and something is going on where you shouldn't put more energy in, and you need to accept that. I think that's a beautiful thing, though. It's like it's making you trigger shy for where you really want to go. Yet the Hierophant reversed. This is definitely. I mean, this could be marriage energy. This could be definitely like, you know, somebody that you have been in a long-term relationship with, or somebody that continues to keep coming around that has some sort of, like, you know, trying to throw a little gaslighting, like, you're crazy. You said you would commit. Like, or this could be just Pisces feeling like, I don't have anything. And it's like, maybe you need to let go of that whole idea, like, that you don't have anything. Maybe you need to, like, try new things. You're not going to lose everything. It's control issues as well. But I almost feel like this is dealing with somebody who's controlling too. Especially that's just become too heavy of weight and taken Pisces love and compassion and ease, you know. Or this is you continuing to put energy into somebody that's not showing up at all. 8 of Wands reversed, Hierophant reversed. Like they've already let you know they don't want to be in it, and you're still like, oh, I want it to happen, and the universe is like, hello, this is a Tower reversed. Like, you need to, like, pay attention. It's over, and you're not. But also, this could definitely be somebody you're putting so much energy into, and they're not of a high accord. I'll tell you that. It's too much weight. The Hierophant reversed, too much to commit to. But you can't. They don't have the energy to. Well, it's draining. This is like getting out of draining situations. You got the Saturn card. You got to grow up here. You got the truth that needs to be seen about, you know, stop putting your energy towards something, and stop defending something. Stop defending, stop putting energy. Like, this is where you got to pull your energy back and put your energy towards, like, something that's a lot more easy, a lot more fun. Because I feel like Pisces, like, this shouldn't feel like work. And with the Saturn card here, I mean, it's like you feel extremely restricted too, especially in Aquarius in your 12th house. You're blocking yourself from what you really want, whether it's somebody or yourself. Like, you're totally in full blockage mode. It's like Rotor-Rooter can't fix this shit. Go with the flow. Yeah, I think it's time to let go. Take your little pause. Look at the dolphin there too. So you did show up here. Go with the flow. Relax and trust. Accept what is happening. Yeah, accept that something's not going the way that you want to, and let it take you down the river. And go where the dolphins are going with the unicorns. I mean, I got a feeling like you gotta let go. There's something that deeply you have to let go of here. That you know, this is resistance that's not needed. You got the downcast pride. Somebody is beating you down energetically. Somebody, and also it could be in yourself. Like you don't think you're good enough. You don't like the way you look. You don't like the way you are. You're ungrounded. You don't have any pride in yourself. This person doesn't have any pride in you. Or you know what? They're like putting you down. They don't want you to be good. They're trying to control you, which I was feeling. Huh. Now, this is if it's present. If the person's already been like, I don't want to be with you, then it's like stop letting this affect you. Or if you're single, and it's like, stop letting, this affect you, Pisces. Like, go with the flow. Stop holding on to this crazy story that nothing's going to happen and that it's too much weight. I don't know. Or, this could be weight issues too. I'm just putting it out there for some Pisces. It could be weight issues. You battling a weight issue in yourself physically. You did get the courage card. Yeah, I mean, you have to have courage. The Leo lion showed up. I mean, you have to have the courage to show up for what you really want to do and also not let anybody fucking control you. And you have to have courage to go to where you really feel that, especially you as a Pisces, that you're intuitively feeling for love to have in your life, that you're feeling guided towards where the love really is. You have to have the courage to go to that space. We'll confirm that with, wow, the Wheel of Fortune. Have a courage to see where the universe will take you with the flow, everything. Stop trying to hold on to this situation that's holding you back and have the courage to go where you've never gone before, into the unknown, into where the fortune lies, Pisces. That's where it lies, is in the unknown. And if you're thinking about somebody, the card that you picked, what's it about? Oh, Ace of Wands. Either A, the person that you're thinking about that's new or something, it's like something new is sparking if it's new. If it's old and it's an ex or it's a, relationship you're in that's fucking not going well, it's like you're too afraid to think about the new, and it's time to think about the new. Like, what could be new besides that relationship? Maybe you need to go there in order to see what the fuck's going on more clearly. Your cards or your astro dice that you got Libra, Ceres in the 5th house. Yeah, you need to nurture yourself about the love of the true, beautiful relationship that you want to have and put that first. I feel like you're being distracted. I feel like that you're not nurturing. Even if you get a relationship that you really want, I feel like you're still like putting your energy in all these other places. Like, you need to if you really want love, you got to really put your energy into love. You got to nurture yourself there. So, party for the Pisces. Do you remember to go to the party and stop going through the craziness, the weirdness? All right, we're on to our next one. We got the Virgos. What's that in the background I hear? Is that a dishwasher I hear right now with some Cascade fucking in the background? Ladies and gentlemen, start your dishwashers. Beep, beep, boop. Extra hot, extra dry. Extra wash, extra rinse. Heavy duty for 1 cup. Started. I'm having fun, Pisces. Everybody thought I was going to come out with the fucking vacuum cleaners. All right, let's see what's going on, Virgos. Let's see what's going on, Virgo, with your love life here. You got Venus in your sign. You're going to be attracting a lot. Hope you use it for your advantage. You got Jupiter in your relationship house last week with Venus opposite that. And you're in a deep 12th house transit now. So let's see how this one goes. You did get the High Priestess upright as your first card. Your challenge card that you did get is the 2 of Cups. Ooh. Ooh. You did get the 8 of Wands upright. Look at that. Is your overall. And then you got the 2 of Wands in reversed. I like this. I like the spread already, Virgo. Your intuition is guiding you somewhere, but there's a problem. The intuition is trying to guide you to understanding who's a soulmate and who's not. You got 2 of Cups there. Challenge position. You got an 8 of Wands. I mean, look at that. He is ready to fly towards wherever he's going. That's the outcome. But this the soulmate situation, the issue is 2 different worlds. 2 of Wands reversed. It's almost like the split of worlds has become too extreme. Now, we're going to have to get a little bit more clarity on this, but that's what you're dealing with. Is this really a soulmate anymore? Or is this a soulmate to this person? Can I deal with this other person's world? Has my partner completely gone into another world? Are we just actually in different worlds? I really want to go towards real happiness in my life. Well, let's see. Pulled the High Priestess in reverse with the High Priestess of Fright. Oh, wow. This is going to need to be crossed here. We need to get a little bit of insight on this. Well, Hangman, you are stuck between knowing intuitively what to do and then, no, well, never mind. I'm not going to listen to my intuition. It's probably wrong. You need to stop that. You need to listen to your intuition because you're stuck because you are not listening to your intuition and you're battling your intuition extremely. You have 2 opposing views. You have your intuitive side, then you have that Virgo side that's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just going to look at reality. This is just a moment. This is just a this. No, you need to learn that intuitive element. That's why Pisces is your 7th house. When it comes to that 8 of Wands, where are you trying to reach towards? I feel like this is somewhere that you want to go. Look at that, the Devil. Well, you want to use that intuition wisely because you don't want to be going towards what's dark, but it could be this whole situation going on. Oh, the 2 worlds are whatever. I'm doubting it. It's okay. I'm not going to doubt my intuition. I'm going to keep seeing and I'm going to keep putting my energy towards the Devil. No, Virgo, this is not a time to keep putting your energy towards somebody who's keeping you in chains, right? But at the same time, God, they're not spiritual at all. I hate saying it. They're not spiritual at all. And they're also dragging you down, I feel. It's like they're kind of, well, that's what the Devil does. Tries to take all the fallen angels with him as the first fallen angel and the main fallen angel. It's like, I feel like you're rising, that High Priestess, but then that High Priestess reverse is going with that Devil. It's like you're unknowingly like putting your energy continually towards something. And we got a major crisis point here that is going on with a 2 of Cups, a soulmate situation, even maybe like a twin thing. And you got both 2s. This is definitely like 2 different sides. You got 2 High Priestesses, 1 upright, 1 reversed. You got 2 of Wands reversed with that. I'm going to pull a card for this 2 of Cups and this 2 of Wands reversed. So the 2 different worlds and the soulmates and the splitting apart of worlds. And you got the 3 of Wands in reversed. No more knowing where there's no more journey ahead. It's like, where is this going? I've said this one a couple times. Like, unable to see the horizon anymore. Unable to see where things are really going in your life with somebody. Or they don't know where they're going, or they're not showing up, or they're not tying their boat up to you, or every time you try to tie up, or every time that you think they're coming, they're not coming. And it's like you're putting all this effort in, and that's the chain thing. You're putting all the effort in, they're not putting all the effort in. Or you're dealing with somebody, you're putting a lot of effort in, they're not putting any effort in. You did get the 11th house of friendship. But I think that this is more about understanding the world. Like, what is the world that you really want to have? And does it all connect? Right? 11th house is about connection. It's about whether or not, your happiness is really connecting into the world in the future. I got a feeling that your future is at a very big pivoting moment right now. And there's a soulmate situation that's not going in the right direction right now. It's got no 2 of Wands and 3 of Wands. That's the worst you could get. Like, the Ace of Wands, oh, yay. Okay, what's this great world we're going to? Well, we're not in the same world. Okay, what are we going to take? What's the vision and what's the journey there? I don't know. We're not in the same worlds already. So, like, I don't know. I'm on another planet. I don't have boats. You got boats? What are you talking about? Like, it's like, what the fuck? What do the unicorns have to say? Open to abundance. Uh-oh. It's a good thing, but believe you deserve. Accept plenty and prosperity. That's the issue. This high priestess reversed against your high priestess with this hangman is you're on the fence about this whole like soulmate situation or somebody you think is a twin or something like that. That, you're learning that the lifestyle has changed. You're got 2 full moons in Aquarius, sun in the 12th. And you need to be open to the abundance, but you're closed to abundance because look at what you're doing. You're going after the chains. You're going after staying in the chains and going against your intuition here. And you can't get prosperity and where you want to really go. If you're feeling stunted right now in your abilities to create the abundance you want in your life, you need to look at this weird soulmate person or this person that you continually are putting all this energy into, and they don't know where they're going, and you don't know where you're going because of it. And the worlds aren't even feeling like they're connecting at all. The illusion that their worlds are connecting, but you're probably doing all the work to make that happen. They're not. They could give a fuck. You could be like, hey, we're going to go paint. And they're like, okay. What day are we painting again? Oh, I have plans. Shadow that you got, Virgo. You got the addicted card. You're addicted to the devil. Addicted to the devil down in your life. You love to jump into your addictions with the devil. Who is this person? Oh, gosh. Page of Swords reversed. They are not clear on anything, and they're like a little kid. They're not very smart. They're not very truthful. And you always have to get the information from them. Where are you at? What's going on? You're calling them or they're calling you. Energetic movement. You got to shake things up here. Can't be afraid of shaking things up. Things have gotten too stagnant. That hangman with the high priestess and a high priestess reversed, conflicting that. You got a soulmate situation that's going nowhere. You need to be open to abundance. You're putting all your energy, to the devil that keeps you chained. Yeah, I would say that we need to come through with some energetic movement, and we need to move things along as a 5 card too. It's like start to think critically, which you do well, but also like, where's the excitement at? That's where the energetic movement of love moves towards. The confirmation card for that is the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like, I was saying that it's almost like you guys can't create anything together. Like, where's something that you can create? But also, you got to pay attention. There's a third person involved, possibly, especially with a Page of Pentacles reversed, or Page of Swords here reversed with the Devil card. I almost feel like somebody's hiding something, or they're talking to somebody else, or you've been suspecting that. Could be a friend too. Not like it hasn't happened before to you, Virgo. Whoever you're thinking about, 6 of Swords, moving away from them. Or they've moved on too. That's kind of crazy. You did get the 11th house, part of fortune. You got that 11th house there. And you got it with Capricorn. I mean, it's time to put your future first. I feel like you're too afraid to put your future first. I think that you're too afraid to deal with the adulthood that it takes to really choose a right future and stop being persuaded and putting all your energy into a place that is beyond just stagnant, but holding you back from all the abundance that you want in the world. For them, they are going to get troubled relationship. Troubled. Trouble here, Sorry, Virgos. Although this beautiful place on the rainbow of a new open door to abundance. Don't say I didn't warn you on that one about the friend, and don't be crazy and start going to people's phones and shit, but start asking questions. Not an easy one. Geminis, of course, Gemini would pop up next. Gemini, I'm not saying Geminis are bad. I'm just saying, like, hello. Gemini pops up after that one. Your brother, sister. All right. Geminis, what's going on with your love story this week? Well, your full moon's in the 9th. Is this really the story? What's the story that you really want? Is it really the story of the future? What's the facts say? You pulled the 9 of Cups. It's your first card. You pulled the King of Swords in reversed. You pulled the Emperor overall. You pulled the 3 of Swords reversed. Got some good cards here. Got some bad cards. I'm looking at that 3 of Swords first, though, and reversed. It's like the universe is like, you know, the 9 of Cups is great, but it's not the 10 of Cups. It's like right before. It's like, okay, there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of great feelings, but that King of Swords in challenge is like something's not connecting that you can't understand why you can't get to the ultimate place. Or maybe there's a fear of heartbreak. You got the Emperor card here. I think that, you know, you have to go for what you really want in your life. I think that, you know, you don't know what you want. You got a King of Swords reversed in your challenge position. You also could be dealing with somebody who told you they were going to be all that they can be, and they're not. And this 3 of Swords is like, especially in reverse, it's like, you already knew this. So don't be like so heartbroken about that. Like, but again, I think this is going like, it's one thing to have emotion. It's another to have what you really want. And I feel like, you know, you can have emotions with somebody and it can be great, but something's not clear and something's missing. And it's almost like I already knew, kind of, you know, 3 of Swords too is almost maybe denying, spirits like saying like, are you denying the heartbreak that you're so unclear, or this person's unclear? What do we got with that 9 of Cups? Got the Page of Pentacles here. I like that. I like this energy. I like that, but it's very young energy. Page of Pentacles, it's like, you got an Emperor, so it's like the Emperor's not dealing with the Page of Pentacles. The Emperor's already sent the King of Pentacles, because remember, it's the Emperor. The King's already sent a Knight of Pentacles out on a journey, and here's the page that's just like, here's the page that, here, okay, here. We're creating basic shit. That's not a bad thing. But remember that you don't know where things are going because it's basic still. It's got fun and love. And it's got joyous feelings, but it almost feels like it's not really building when you got this Emperor as your long-term card here, as your overall. It almost feels like it's like an Emperor wants to build the whole entire empire. And this is like minor stuff. Like, okay, we have a good time. We had fun at the movies. We have fun at the beach. We have fun in the mountains. We have fun in the car. But we're not building anything. So maybe you need to start building something. Maybe you're afraid of that, or maybe they're afraid of that, or maybe there's no fear of that, but there's no clarity. There's no, or there's been talks, but like, why are you not, like, this is an issue on you on clarity, an issue on them on clarity. The Emperor reversed also got this King of Pentacles reversed. I was just talking about that King of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, not building anything that is anywhere near empire-ish. It's almost feeling like, you know, you want to stay on the fucking hamster wheel? You know, do you want to keep staying? You don't want to advance? Why are you not wanting to advancing? That's what we're going to get the answer to. Or especially if you've been this person for a minute, how come it's just still so minorly there? That's very minor. I mean, the kid is a minor. You got the Sag card. Well, I think that you've put a lot of beliefs here. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. There's a lot of opportunities that can be created and built. So I get it. I get that why you're in this really happy place. And I'm actually happy for Geminis with this. I'm just wondering why there's this avoiding of, no, I don't want to face heartbreak and I don't maybe want all the clarity. Maybe you're afraid of clarity. What's the unicorn's got to say? Uncord relationships. Let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. Oh. Wow. Pipe dream. We're gonna confirm with this, and I'm gonna use one of these sacred symbols here. Focus, aim, and look at that, both aiming, but it's like aim higher. Focus. There's no focus. This person's unfocused. Maybe this person's not courting with you, or they haven't uncourted a relationship. Maybe you've uncourted a relationship, but that's made you kind of weird. You've let go, but you've still got no clarity. You got to focus. You got to aim higher. There's a lot about aiming higher. And look at how even the Sag is aiming towards that Emperor. I don't know. I feel like you're with somebody that's not really that authoritative. They're sweet. They make minor offerings. You might make more money than them, too. You got a King of Pentacles here in reversed with the Emperor. It's like, I don't want to deal with a king from a kingdom that can't come to my empire and offer me shit. You can offer me what? Like you're gonna give me a nice back massage? You're gonna give me a no. I get the sweetness, but there's something where it's like, but the universe is saying uncord the relationships with focus on this uncording. I feel like we need one more clarity about how to help. Look at that. Eight of Swords. Jeez, Merry Christmas. Something's got to be that's very toxic uncorded, or oh, God, this is going to be a very confusing reading for Geminis. Well, you got parasite. There's something that's parasitic. Something that's definitely very toxic. Seven of Pentacles in reversed. Too many Pentacles here for me, especially with the King of Pentacles reversed, Seven Pentacles reversed. It almost feels like you're putting a lot of energy in and not able to get the empire you want. I got a feeling that you're dealing with somebody who just doesn't have authority, or they continually they're a good time, but it's not going anywhere, and you don't feel very clear, and you don't feel very strong. King of Swords is very strong. I think that you're also afraid to be like, why you're dealing with a little bitch you gotta uncord from. Somebody who doesn't put in any work, even though they put the sweetness in so it looks like work and you believe it, but I'll cross that. What's that belief thing about? Eight of Pentacles. Again, another pentacle about somebody who's mastered a craft. I think that you believe somebody can master a craft even though the Seven of Pentacles is reversed. They're not able to even step to the 8 to master it because they have manifesting issues. That's what it is. They have manifesting issues, and that's toxic to you because you're not going anywhere. It's like, it's just sweet. It's nice. It's not going anywhere. It almost kind of feels like a hookup that you glamorized. Especially because they can't manifest shit. You got achievement. God is speaking so loud through this. Like, you have an empire to achieve. You have big things to achieve in life. And I hate to say it, I think that you're dealing with somebody who you believe can get there, but they can't. They're just a page. Like, they're just a page. They're a good time, though. They're sweet and they're loving, but they just don't got it. And you got to make a choice. I mean, if you want to sit there and have it stay in this place forever, that's fine. I mean, if you want to play with the maid, you want to play old maid, that's great. Temperance card. Is it really naturally that they're able to achieve, or is it like kind of fake? Are they doing fake achievements where it's like they put themselves out there like they can do it, but they really can't in their life? And we're talking about their actual life of like knowing how to get it. Whoever you're thinking about, you got the Seven of Swords. They are untrustworthy. They are not fucking... They're lying about how well that they are able to manifest and achieve things and create things. They got abundance issues. They're actually toxic. There's actually more to reveal here that you need to focus on about why you need to uncord, why it needs the universe is saying, why there's a heartbreak that you're avoiding and why you're not feeling clarity. There's a fool that's fooling you in a weird way that you need to pay attention to here, Gemini. You got the part of fortune, and you did get it in the 6th house, and you did get that. I think that's Pisces. Yeah, it is. I mean, you need to look at the reality, and your fortune is when you surrender the reality of what it is, opposed to creating your own kind of illusionary or deceptive reality. And you could be also dealing with somebody that has a deceptive reality that you are giving fortune to. That's troubled relationship for sure. On all at all these readings, I haven't seen any real fiery, intense, passionate stuff going around yet. I'm just gonna be honest. Aries, how funny I talked about that, and Aries pops up. So maybe Aries and maybe these last signs here are going to be the ones that have that. I don't know. So let's see. All right, Aries, what's going on with you in your love life right now in your life? First card that you picked is the Knight of Cups in reversed. You got the 2 of Pentacles in reversed. You got the overall is the 8 of Cups. Wow. Upright. And you got the Justice card reversed. Talk about stagnation to the emotional degree of the highest. That is a stuck horsey in the water, not moving anywhere. Emotions not there. You got 2 of Pentacles. You're done. The challenge is like you're done juggling things, but really, are you? I mean, you got an unfair situation. You're not being treated fairly, or you're not treating somebody fairly. But I would say you want to know why the emotions aren't moving in your life. Like, well, either A, you continue to juggle the situation that's unfair, which like, come on, like how much longer? And then you got an 8 of Cups here that's saying, like, walk the fuck away. Like, gee, Merry Christmas. There's definitely a walk away energy. Maybe somebody's walked away. Like, it's time for you to accept that. Maybe it's not you walking away. It's just like somebody already walked away. Or maybe you've walked away because you felt something was unfair and you didn't feel like the emotion was being, showing up. The knight was trying to ride the horse, and bring the cups, but no. What's going on with that Knight of Cups reversed? I don't know here. What's going on with this thing? You have the Two of Wands here. I mean, this is definitely the world that you want to have, the world that you're looking out at. But the emotions, why aren't they coming there? So whoever you're dealing with, do you guys see the same world? Are they in the same world, or are you in two different places, and that never keeps happening? You got a Justice card, too, in between that reversed. So, you got Nine of Swords. Yeah, you know what? You need to pay attention to this. Like, did they walk away? Are you walking away? There's a lot of anxiety and fear here of walking away from this, or accepting that somebody walked away, or somebody's not showing up, and you need to accept that. Why did that happen, though? Eight of Swords. Toxic situation. You're trapped. I mean, whenever I see a Knight of Cups reversed, I see an Eight of Swords, an Eight of Cups. I mean, that is a lot of trapped energy. That's like, at the end of the day, you got to cut the ties. Like, you got to move on. You got a big world ahead of you that you want to look at. You want a world where it's not so juggly, and back to balance in your life. You did get the Virgo card. You need to take precedence on analyzing the situation and looking at the reality. Because now you can't keep looking on the emotional front. You need to look at what's actually real and what's actually possible. And your health, like, how's your health been doing? That's going to be a very big indicator of your relationship shit right now. You might not want to hear that one. That one might be too triggering, actually. That health stuff, I get it. It scares people. You got the Cosmic Ruby 32. Be a peace ambassador. Practice cosmic mastery. Yeah, I mean, I think that, that Cosmic Ruby is like a protected, peaceful place of love. I feel like this has just been your challenge is that you can't get over it just being all over the place and juggly and unfair. And is there peace? Is there an actual peaceful place you're at? I don't think there is. I think that it's feeling chaotic. Your shadow card that you picked, you did the I won't cry for you. I think that, these are a lot of tears that are happening, either that somebody's having, but I would feel like it's almost like, like they're not crying for you, or they're not showing up for you emotionally. So, but also there's this whole, like, trying to act like everything's okay. Like, I won't cry for you. Like, but now the blood's running down her fucking tears. How do we help Aries with this situation? Queen of Wands. Like, where's that regal loveness that you're looking for? It's missing very deeply here. Eight and Nine of Swords with the fucking Eight of Cups. Ooh, my gosh, that is red flag city. We've been getting a lot of red flags here, folks, on all the readings. What's going on with Ganesha? Promise of the future. Definitely need to look out there on the wider promise of a new future. Why is that? Star card. Fresh new start. New energy. Reset. Let the tower happen. And whoever you're thinking about, Five of Swords, they're not trying at all. Or you're not trying. Or you're not trying to get out of your single life. You're too afraid of new beginnings. But I got a feeling this is for people that are in, like, stagnant, weird relationship Aries right now. Like, it's apparent that it's a fucking really red flag warning situation with a lot to move on from and to leave and to find the peace. But also, I think single Aries out there who aren't dating anybody, like, it's kind of a reality check that you're the one holding yourself back, and you won't move away from that. Your Astro dice. You did get the 11th. Oh, no, that's the 9th house. Sun in the 9th house, and you did get it in Libra. So it's time to expand your relationships and look at the relationship story and open up to a bigger relationship story and see if there's actually benefits of opening up to new stories and new options and looking at all your options about love. All right, that is definitely boring relationship. Boring. It's like they're not showing up emotionally. They're not. I mean, because if you think about that one, it's like if really there was emotion, then there would be trouble a little bit. Like there's like, oh God, this person's just kind of like, doesn't care. I won't cry for you. We got Leos. Oh, it is Leo time this week too, everybody. Fucking, I can't believe I'm gonna be fucking 37 years old. Jesus, sorry, Lord, but man. Holy cow, 37. I was like thinking about it. I know everybody in the chat's like, that's nothing. You're not old. I know that. But there's that whole like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, how did I get this old this quick? All right, Leo, we're going to pull the Golden Tarot. It is Leo season. Or not golden. Actually, we're going to pull the Botticelli. We're going to get regal. We're going to get regal in this motherfucker up here, all right? We're going to get regal. And we got now 3 decks to do some confirming on. Wow. 37. You know, I was supposed to be a Cancer. I was 3 weeks late. I was 10 pounds. And my poor mom, they had to cut me out because in 1984 it was like, okay, you're like, we're cutting him out. He's not getting out. He's not wanting out. I did not want out. I had fingernails and hair when I came out. 3 weeks late. Most people are early. I was late. I just wanted to wait for that sun to come into Leo that day. And I wanted that moon to stay in Taurus right at the last degree to sextile my sun, which is very rare. And to be yachted in major yachts. And I wanted that Leo rising. And I wanted all those planets in Leo too. I was just like, yeah. And I wanted Mars in Scorpio too. I'll take that one too. You know, although Mars was in Scorpio like most of 1984. So anyway, I'm blessed that I don't care what age I am. I'm just blessed the chart I have. I'll put it that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just some Leo shit. I'm trying to pump up some Leos here. I'm pumping up myself here. It's Cancer season. It's been a long fucking Cancer season. It's been a long fucking, you know, Mars and Venus. Like, where the fuck is the love? Where the fuck is our things we want in our life? All right. Leo, let's see what's going on. It's birthday period. Remember, nobody is better than us. We just already know that one. We got the Judgment card reversed. Here's the first card, Leos. We got the Challenge is the Temperance card. We got the overall here is the Knight of Swords in reversed. And the way through this is the Hierophant in reversed. Well, Leo, you already know you're not going to get anything with anybody who is not on the ultimate calling in life. Anybody who's unnatural is the challenge. It feels like there's no natural situations going on. It feels like let go of, you don't have no responsibility to any situation right now that does not feel natural. And again, this Knight of Swords reversed, don't go trying to save people. This one is especially for Leos, because Leos, with all this Mars energy finishing up here in Leo and the yacht and with the sun coming in Leo, you're not here to try and save somebody, and especially somebody who, you can't force somebody to find their judgment with God, and you don't want to get rid of your own, you know, commitment to God, your own big mission. But it also feels like, you know, you might feel stuck, that you're still in the coffins and nothing natural is happening, and fucking, you know, you don't need to put faith in somebody. People got to put faith in you because you already know you're going to show up. You already know that you can rescue the day, but you're not here to rescue anybody. You can't rescue shit right now. Not here to rescue somebody, not here to fix anybody, not here to do that. You need somebody that's wholesome, got their shit together, that's natural and beautiful and energetically beautiful and isn't requiring too much of you and not trying to take you off the mission either and trying to criticize your mission either and then want saving. Those are the worst situations. You have the Ten of Wands. Definitely, this is a big screaming already red flag of anybody that's needing help. You're not here to help people. Sorry to say. You're here to do that as a service, as a work, but in romance, you're not here to help somebody right now try to get up there. It's too much weight, especially somebody who's not on the mission, trying to convert somebody on the mission, trying to help them find their mission. Like, no. You know, and if you're all about somebody that's on their mission and they're getting off their mission, you're not here to try and fucking get them back on mission. That's too much energy, especially for love. Oh, the Strength card. You need to have strength to be like, hey, I don't need to go rush in to save the day to help people. I don't need to go try and figure things out so crazy. It's like, have the strength to know that natural situations that aren't requiring so much, that aren't trying to fucking, you know, throw an inquisition out on you, that already know their path is out there. You got to hold that strength right now. Like, you don't need to save people by doing crazy things and figuring things out. All you have to do is just hold strength for them. Like, I'm holding strength for you. Good luck. This is definitely Leo's not getting attached, not trying to fall in love with being the savior, which is the number one problem for Leos, including myself. My God. Can't even tell you how many people I've saved in my life. Fuck. Done with that shit. Fourth house roots. Yeah, somebody that you need to like. Leos are definitely looking at the roots, definitely looking at family. Like, you can't build a family, you can't build emotion, you can't build roots with anybody who you're having to leave the roots and you're holding the roots and you're trying to bring the roots up to the tower that's going to fall anyway. Like, don't be doing that. Anybody who's like, I don't know if I want to build roots. I don't know if I want to build like a deep emotional thing. I don't know if I want to live together. I don't know. Fuck that. Peace out. That's taking you off your mission. Nobody that wants to be in your castle in your life, bye. Bye. Remember, Leos, Leo risings, Leo moons, Leo Venuses, like we all have ancient roots to our ancestors, Scorpio, and we also, using all systems, Leo is the place that holds the ancestors, that holds the home. That our home and our ancestry is our line of regalness. And we all have, as Leos, if you especially have prominent Leo, you have an ancestry of regality and royalty that had a mission. And you can't try and, I know this is going to sound, let's play Renaissance. So I'm playing, we're being dramatic. Leo, they say today you can't make a hoe a housewife. You can't make a scrub house husband. But you can't take on the blacksmith's daughter who doesn't know what she's doing in her life, or the seamstress son, and bring them into the castle and think that you can fix that for them. I don't think Jasmine and Aladdin made it, by the way, after Aladdin. Because we have to remember that he used a fucking genie to make him this special thing. And he did all this work because he wanted Jasmine. But what happened? The street rat was still in him. He used his street rat ways to even get rid of Jafar. So, bet you he sent the monkey out to go get fucking something else. In the middle of the night. When the Sultan was sleeping. So he can become Sultan. Big lesson here, Leo. Big lesson. What do the unicorns have to say? Soul healing. God, the healing thing's been coming up for Leos so much. I know we're over it, but keep on the path, Leo. Align with your essence. See your true colors. Yeah, this is about not... Fake energy, or people who are fake, or people who are not showing their truth, who are not naturally in their stuff. Like, you do not have any responsibility for that. Like, your healing is just by being you and holding that. And anything that is true love for you, it's going to feel like it's natural and that they know themselves and that they know their true colors and that they're showing their true colors. And especially vulnerability and emotional colors. Lunar eclipse change. Well, there's a full moon in Aquarius about relationships. So, woo! Especially holding the strength. I think that you're going through a change of no longer being open to being a savior, being open to taking on people who are fake, being open to take on people who they really haven't figured out their mission that you keep helping. This is not going to work. Oh, wait, that's not the shadow card, but that's so weird. I pulled that card's lunar eclipse change. Oh, look at this. Peaceful among the thorns. Leo, I've been through this in my life, in my past. I've been through a place where I'm like, you know what? I'm doing all this work. I'm helping. I helped this Libra out. The first girl I fell in love with hardcore after the high school love puppy shit. And I remember laying down next to her and being like, well, is she going to fucking be in jail again tomorrow? Is she going to call me back tomorrow after I just helped her get out of jail for the third time? Is she going to, is a meth dealer fucking going to come through the door? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm in love with her, so I'm finding the peace within that shit. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. You're not here to live in the thorns. The only thorns are supposed to be on a wreath on your head in victory. Ganesha is saying childlike expression. That's going to be what you need to look for. There's going to be a lot of false energy that's going to show up that doesn't know how to express fun and excitement. Because when people need rescuing, they're in the negative childlike expression. Like, I have been victimized. I need help because I'm a little kid. That's the wrong childlike expression. But the childlike expression of fun and excitement. And if, Leo, you're trying to go after somebody or you're dealing with people that really don't know how to have childlike expression and be fun and have a good time, you're never going to be able to grow roots. And that's going to be a really shitty castle. Especially taking on an orphan energy that comes into the castle and is opposite of what the castle is and opposite of what your love is and is like a demon child. So what's going on with this? Well, Knight of Cups upright. That's what childlike expression with people that are ready to move forward emotionally and they don't need help. They're stable emotionally. They're ready to move forward. And whoever you're thinking about right now, 8 of Pentacles. They haven't mastered shit. They don't know what they're building. They have money issues and they don't know mastery at all. They need help, and you're not here to help them. Your Astro dice are Neptune, Virgo in the second. Yeah, you need to remember your value and your worth, and you need to stop. You need to stop helping through you need to stop being a service person to create something that's an illusion. Like, you need to know your worth, and that's your reality. That's your natural second house is Virgo. That you know what's clean, you know what's true, and you can't keep trying to take tainted energy and think that you can baptize it somehow. Like, God can only do that, not you. All right. And Leos are getting party, childlike expression. They're also getting the sex time. It's somebody that emotionally can move Well, Leo, that wasn't too bad. Just don't be taking on that crazy shit. Scorpios. All right, Scorpio. What's going on with the Scorps out there? Now the sun's coming into Leo Scorpio. Now, you're squared off from the sun, Saturn, and opposed by Uranus. Let's see how this one's going to go. Venus coming into Virgo. How you deal with people. Opposed Jupiter. Your 5th house. Love. This is the end of Jupiter in your 5th house for a while, so better take advantage of it this week and figure it out. You did pull the Star card as your first card upright. You pulled your challenge card as the 3 of Wands in reverse. Your overall here is the 10 of Swords. And you did get a Page of Wands reversed. Time to start from a refresh pace, Scorpio. A lot of energy has come to a place that felt like catastrophe. You're over patterns. You're finally done. You're over this bullshit in life. That's good. But I think that you need to stop looking at the same shit. Because it's almost like you could feel refreshed, like I'm going to start over, but 3 of Wands reversed is like still looking for what you can have instead of what is out there. You need to like start broadening your horizons, and you need to stop putting your energy or accepting stuff from people you've already understood and known. People that you know, so this is definitely like X energy, people that you've tried before with, like deeply, where you gave it your all. I feel like for you, like this is about, you know, this is just about, I think, a lot of the patterns of maybe, because I'm going to put it another way too, like 3 of Wands versus a challenge. Like maybe you just don't believe that love's possible. And then Page of Wands, it's like you're not letting any love offers come in. You're pushing it away, but you're feeling over that cycle. You're ready for a fresh start. So it's almost like your challenge is getting rid of this whole like, you don't know how to handle love, like a fear, or it's just even just like the talk of it, or even like the initiation of it. It's like you're afraid to look out and see what's possible here, but you have an amazing, I'm over that fucking bullshit. I'm over the same patterns of shit I don't want to. And you got a Star card here. What's going on with these? I'll give you the Vampirist as clarity cards here. What do you got here? What's up with this Star card for Scorpios here? You did get the 5 of Wands. I mean, it's like, even when the Star card does come out, I mean, there's going to be conflictions because you don't want to make the wrong move, or you don't, you know, or it's like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of energy that could come at you. Well, don't be afraid of it. I love this one because don't be afraid of thinking some crazy monsters coming at you. Like she's throwing up the cross. She's like the only one in this whole deck that's like a normal human. It's not a vampire that's getting eaten. You're not going to get eaten here. You're in a fresh space. Don't look at that conflicts of interest. Look at why you're not willing to step into energy, and that you'll be fine. Play the game. That's also what 5 of Wands is learning to play the game. Got 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah, you're done with the patterns, but this could be kind of funny. Because I think that you're done with the patterns of like realizing like, why am I stepping into my value, but I'm not receiving anything? Well, I think that more of it is like owning the receiving part more. Like knowing your beauty and knowing that you're allowed to receive. That's what you're here to do as a Scorpio. And a 9 of Pentacles is always the beautiful one. And she attracts everything to her by just owning it. But she accepts the bird to land on her. She accepts the beautiful flowers under a full moon in this deck. She accepts being in the graveyard and that there's beautiful things around her. Like, I feel like with that Page of Wands here in reverse, Spirit saying like, why are you not showing up for that? I know it's a page, but I feel like you need to let the spark of exciting new things happen, opposed to avoiding the spark or thinking, well, it's not serious enough, or it's not intense enough, or it's not passionate enough. It's like, well, how are you going to get anything going if you can't start the car? Or if you're in a relationship, you know, definitely things need to change because like the spark's not there anymore. Wandering eye, Scorpio. You got to feel. Look at this. You family, home. It's a big deal for you right now. Need to feel, even if it feels like it's conflicting to go through feelings. Yeah, but it's a Star card. A lot of beautiful energy here. Scorpios want to feel. I'm going to get a confirmation on that. Look at that. You want to feel because you've been feeling like you've been just in the poverty of feeling that you have no feelings left, or you feel, it could be feeling alone too. What you get here is your unicorn card. You got the Ascension Flames. Merge with light, ignite keys and codes. I'm just talking about starting a fucking car and igniting sparks and shit. And like, hello, this is where your challenge is. You're afraid to ignite the sparks that you really want in your life. And if you don't do that, I think you've learned some lessons because you got a star card coming in. You fucked up in the past here. You're coming into a new beginning here for yourself. Follow the Ascension Flames. That's a 9. Take action. 27. Damn. Merge with light. Ignite keys and codes. Especially listening to the spiritual codes in life. And making sure that they have those same keys and codes over there too. Like, you know, don't be like fucking, oh yeah, like fucking I'm watching TV and fucking look at this person. They have the codes that I fucking want. And it's like you hit the, you know, you're like trying to hit them up and they're like, who the fuck are you? You almost feel like it's a known energy that you know where to go. And they would almost know it too. You've sent the signal and they get it. What did you get here as your shadow? Anger and change. Definitely feeling really alone. Kind of frustrated. I would say there's sexual frustration too. Definitely with the igniting a spark that's needed. Definitely with the Page of Wands. That's definitely reversed with the 3 of Wands reversed. You know, loving yourself ain't working anymore. The batteries are out of your fucking magic wand. Ha 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 ha. Oh, why is this anger and change? Well, you know what? I'm going to find out. Fuck the anger and change. We already know that. That's been clear enough. What's up with the Ascension Flames thing? 10 of Cups in reverse. That's what it is. You're not lighting it up. You want the end-all, be-all love story. You got to light the flames and merge with the light and fucking ignite the keys and the codes to it. And you got to ascend and you got to bring all that fire in. That Page of Wands is reversed. Spirit's trying to get you to say, stop pulling back. You gotta be honest though, just like, you know, I think that there's patterns that, you know, you've tried to kind of hold together things, but you're not receiving what you really want. You got sustenance, especially with that 10 of Cups reversed. I think that you're looking for something with sustenance, but at the same time, like, there is sustenance out there, but there's like something not going towards it. You're at a fresh new start to finally gain. Why'd you get that card? You did get you got the 4 of Wands. You got the marriage card here. You got the union card. You got the celebration card here. Definitely sustenance to celebrate about. What are you doing about it? And whoever you're thinking about here, you got the moon card reversed. I mean, this is definitely, whether it's them, it's like you're unsure of where their emotions are at. But I think that at the same time, you haven't shown them where your emotions are at. So there's definitely like a weird emotional thing going on. And it's been suppressed and it needs to be clear. We need to get, that's a major arcana. So what's 9 of Wands? Yeah, it's like maybe you're throwing up the defense. It's a reversed moon. So maybe they're just like kind of sitting there waiting. Like, what the fuck do you want emotionally? It's an interesting read. You got Pisces, you got Capricorn, and you got Taurus, or sorry, Mercury. Mercury in the 6th. That's good. But it's in Pisces. You have to be clear about what you want in your reality, and you need to be transparent about your reality, and you can't be deceptive about your reality, or you can't be maybe shy about your reality. Maybe people don't know what the fuck's going on because it's hidden, because you're too afraid, you're too shy, you're too sensitive. You can't be sensitive. You need to be very clear in what you want to change in your reality and what kind of life that you want. You don't want to feel poverty emotionally, and you definitely don't. You want to have sustenance, and you definitely want to ignite, and you definitely want to receive, and you definitely don't want to feel anger and chains and stuck, and you definitely want a lot of good things here, and you want a celebration, and you want sustenance. Well, you got to be clear on what that is. You can't keep hiding it. Remember, Scorpio, you're here to receive, but you got to put out the attraction to receive it. Sometimes that's communication too. Remember, Gemini is your 8th house. All right. We were at the last couple here, last 3. Oh no, last two. Aquarius. Aquas. Where's the Aquarians at? I know a lot of people were asking me. I had a great time with my father this weekend. He's doing much better. Of course, he's been recovering at home since last weekend's heart attack, and it's been very emotional in the most beautiful way. You know, it's just been beautiful, and my dad and I are very karmically connected. He's a double Aquarius. I'm a double Leo. He's a Libra rising. I have a Taurus moon. He's a double Aquarius with the sun and moon. His sun opposes my Venus. His Chiron opposes my Venus. His Mars squares my sun, exact. I have Mars in Scorpio. He's Mars in Taurus. Like, my dad and I are like opposites completely. But we are connecting always at the same synergy. And a lot of the karma that my dad and I have gone through, which I've never really been able to fully understand from past life possibly or whatever, I feel like is coming through this time in my life, which is a beautiful thing because my dad's been a beautiful part of my life my whole life. And to have my dad still and to see God like literally like help us avoid the worst situation of all time and have my dad fine and normal and laughing with me and got to see him these last couple of weekends has been beautiful. So to all the Aquarians out there, just know, I mean, I know it's rough when Saturn's in your sign and now Jupiter's coming back to help you understand it all, but it could also enhance the craziness a little bit. So, and Uranus squares and stuff, and now the sun coming in a Leo, definitely big relationship time for Aquarians. So, Aquarius, we are going to see what is going on with your love life this week. And, we're halfway through that deck, so we're going to confirm through any one of these decks, and we're going to use the Edgar Allan Poe. If you have not watched yet, it's here on YouTube. Ann and I did an awesome show, History in the Stars, about Edgar Allan Poe. And her and I are doing some real cool stuff about the Masons. This is going to be our next one. And going probably deeper into all that. But there's a couple books that we got that are really old. And I got an old Mason handbook from 1850. We got a book about the Mason history and Templar Knights and stuff like that. And we also have another kind of crazy book about this reverend who was looking at the cosmos and all the divinity tools, and I don't know, there's some really interesting stuff there. I know Masonry is something that's always looked at in so many different ways, especially in the negative. Not trying to defend it though, but I think having Ann and I do our next History in the Stars on this is going to be a great subject, especially during these times. Maybe to help people at least get an understanding of why they were formed, and especially, buying the books from what they were putting out, at the time when our founding fathers were, putting that in symbolism everywhere. And, like there's a lot to really think about with all that. And I think that it's going to be probably the most interesting show we've ever done. And I think it's going to connect with our other shows, like what we've been doing, and Edgar Allan Poe to, that was a great show actually. But especially the King James stuff. And what did we do on the one before that? We did it on the Reformation, and we did it on that other book about just talking about, we were just kind of overall talking about a lot of history, but history is so important right now. I'd say history is the most important thing for us to know right now in our lives. History repeats itself. And when you see it as an astrologer and you see it as a historian and you get both of those two people together, holy cow. That's when you start to get to, you look at everything. The Edgar Allan Poe, I would have never dreamed about how much was learned just about our life now through that story of his life and his work. So definitely check it out. It's on YouTube for free. All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on. You did get the Two of Wands in reversed here. You got the Ace of Cups. You got the best cup of all. I mean, literally, it's so funny. Like, this is the exact fucking cup to the pretty much degree of this fucking deck. It's so crazy. You did get the Holy Grail, but it is in your challenge position. All right. Your overall here is the Tower card. Woo! Wowie, mama. Wowie. I like Tower cards, though. I do. And we got the Strength card reversed as your way through this moment. That's with the Holy Grail in your challenge position. You got the Two of Wands reversed. All right, Aquarius, this isn't too bad. I feel like Two of Wands reversed is just a little, I don't even think it's confused. I just think it's kind of like, well, what the fuck? Where's the world going for me in my love life? Or if you're thinking about somebody, it's like maybe you don't know if you're in the same worlds, or do they fit right? Or maybe you're just feeling a little out of place. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's out of place and you're like trying to find that touch again. Like where are things going? I don't think that this is bad, but it definitely feels like the challenge here is, okay, where's that emotional just bam that I need to feel fulfilled emotionally? And then the overall is a Tower. So something's got to change big time here. We're going to get deep onto that. But, remember, that Strength card reversed here is reminding you, like, you don't need to force emotion, number one. But you need to also not be afraid to hold the strength to hold emotion, too. You got a feeling like you can't force anybody to change their emotions, but you can hold the space and be strong and allow yourself to follow wherever the emotion will feel fulfilled instead of feeling like it's a challenge. Maybe you don't feel like you're strong enough to go through the emotional stuff that you want to go through with somebody or currently right now. What did you pull here with this 10 of Wands? Oh, sorry, 2 Wands. Yeah, 2 Wands. The world. What's going on here? Well, you did get the Ace of Pentacles. I definitely feel like there's a lot of fresh new energy here. A lot of positive. Ace of Pentacles, definitely. The angels here are bringing the pentacle up to heaven of a physical life. It's a stable. I love that Ace of Pentacles. It's actually the card that actually creates beautiful energy. But, if you're undecided on what world you want, nothing can be created. That's your issue. Do I want this or not? I think that you need to be clear on this. And what do you want? You need to be clear with a passionate point of view of like, you can have whatever world you want. I think that part of the issue is that you don't have the strength to actually realize that can be emotionally fulfilled. Like you have doubts about that. And I think that you need to get over this. Maybe it's an insecurity, I would say, with that Strength card reversed. Maybe because somebody's not showing up the way you want to, but you're not being clear on how you want them to show up. Or maybe you haven't been clear to them at all about it. Why is this Tower here? All right. This is, one of our first, I think, towers upright. So what's the Tower here for? Queen of Cups. Look at this. We got an Ace of Cups as your challenge. You got a Strength card reverse. I think that for you, it's like, I don't know what you're afraid of. I think that, you're lucky. It's like, I think that you're afraid of fucking something up, that you would lose the emotional connection. You've already are missing the emotional connection to the new degree. But I also feel like, it's like maybe you feel like, your life's kind of in a turmoil spot, or maybe you're dealing with a partner who is. And you need emotional comfort here. And I think that that's important for you. And the only way that you're going to get that full fulfillment is if you're clear on the world that you want and you actually go be that. Go make that change. Go try it. Go attempt it. The Ace is definitely a new start, a new beginning to things. I always pull with Towers, we need to get a little bit more clarity. I was kind of asking in my head before I actually pulled it, like really quick. I didn't say it out loud, but I was just going, why did this Tower come out? And why do they need there's definitely safety. If you see a Queen of Cups under a Tower, everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. You're definitely emotionally supported. But you did pull a Page of Wands reversed. So it's like the clarity again of where things are at. Communication is key. Look at you had one of my Knights Templar rings fall. Two. Yeah, look at that. Two Knights Templars riding down. Need the communication. They need, they communicate to be able to know where they're going. I feel like communication is a big thing, that maybe you're too afraid of saying what you really want. And you feel like you're going to blow everything up or you're going to lose something. Hey, it's better than not knowing what the fuck is going to happen. But I got a feeling, if anything, you're going to open up more emotional doors. Let's see what's going on. What do we got here in your Astro? You got the Mars. Yeah, it's time to take action. Woo, you got Mars card here. Definitely take the Force. You got sexual energy too. Wow. You got 8 of Wands with that. I just wanted to know if that was sexual. Definitely there's sexual vibes running amok there in a positive way, in a direction towards love. You just got to be clear on what you want in the world. What'd you get with this unicorn? You got be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. But you know what? That goes to the communication and knowing what you want. If you're going to be a beacon of light and show others like the way that you're supposed to do as an Aquarius, well then you'll be fulfilled because people are going to show up for you. But nobody's showing up unless you're clear on what you want, unless you're going to take a leap of faith towards, especially communicating from your heart and communicating and not being afraid of a tower. You're going to be emotionally okay. If anything, you're going to fulfill your emotional needs and be like, okay, at least they don't want me, or at least they want me, or at least we can figure something out. Like, this is definitely a hot energy for you and a beautiful, this is the best reading I've seen for anybody so far. So let's help with that beacon of light. What's up with that? Boom, 7 of Cups. That's the issue. Too many wandering energies of it could be this, it could be that. 2 of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups. You need to fucking focus and be that beacon of what you want. And you get so many amazing gifts. And be very clear. Speak from your heart. Speak what you want. Your shadow that you pulled here is this me? You know what it is? It's the question of, will somebody like you? Or the question of, are you missing out if somebody will even see you because maybe you don't want to be seen a certain way? Well, that's just going to be a cup that's fulfilling every emotional void that you've ever wanted to be filled. That's just going to stay empty if nobody understands who you are. You need to show yourself. You need to have the strength to show yourself, and you have to have the strength to feel that. What is up with that? Queen of Wands, yeah, you're afraid to show, this is coming up a lot. You're afraid to tell somebody how much you love them or how much you want things with them, and you're afraid of it blowing everything up or being rejected, or you're afraid to tell somebody how much you don't want to be with them anymore. And then you have a whole amazing situation going either direction. But this is fear in yourself of ruining things. Hey, you're not ruining things. You're sitting in ruin. Your Ganesha card is, look at that, guidance. Definitely look at that, beacon of light, especially be the beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. Follow that guidance that's coming from the divine. You know why? Because you're being guided to be a beacon of light, to show yourself. Others are going to follow and give you the things that you need. But you know what? It's follow what's guiding you. And I feel like what's guiding you is speak your truth of what you want, what you don't want. Stop suppressing yourself of the shadow. Is this me? Is this really what I want? Gosh, is this really my feelings? Yeah, it is. Take action. Look at that. 8 of Wands. You got some sexy energy going on. Why'd you get the guidance card? 3 of Wands. Yeah, it's the guidance to open up the portal to a whole new place. Who do you want to show up in your life? They're not going to show up unless they know what port to go to. You won't jump on the boat if they don't show up. Maybe you need things to turn into a new direction. And if you're whoever you're thinking about, you did pull the Fool card reversed. Maybe you think they're dumb. Maybe you think they're an idiot, or maybe maybe you feel like you're the idiot, but they don't know. They don't know that they're the idiot. You know why? Because they're not getting clarity. You're like, you fucking idiot. You're walking away in the wrong hallway. It's well, you didn't say anything. I'm walking to somebody else, or I'm walking to just get fucking, I don't know, something else in life, and you're fucking not telling me to even go towards you. So of course I'm dumb, because I'm not being told anything. I don't know. But if you're having problems with somebody, if it's problems that you're looking at this, what's up with the problem? It's been really bad. Okay, they're fucking drunk, or they're dumb, or they're just a fucking retard. But if you like somebody and you're wondering what are they thinking, they don't know what the fuck's going on. You're not saying any fucking thing. You're not showing up the way full force. Damn, you got the best reading, Aquarius, so far. We have one more left, but you got Venus, you got it in Aquarius, and you got it. Oh, you can't make that up. The third house of communication. Communication's everything right now about what you want to connect with and what you want to disconnect from. You got to be clear. You got to show it. Aquarius, rising, Venus, and moons. You got to do that now. You got to be clear. This is what it is. This is what it is. And you know what? That'll open up your future. Or not saying anything will close your future and be a disconnection. Give them the sexy time card. We are on the last reading, and it is for the Librans. Look at that. It almost broke. A Libra's about to go through this. You know, I didn't realize this till recently, that these when these are made, these are meant to break. Then you're out of the cycle of what when you were wearing it is. I didn't know that shit. And then, you know, I've told people who make these for me, I'm like, make them so tight that it will never break. And I was breaking a bunch of them, and I was like losing cycles. But I've been wearing this one for a long time, and it's fucking so tight. I'm like, is this thing ever gonna break? I work on my jet skis. It pulls my truck, my cars, like, you know what I mean? Doorways, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's me all the time. What the fuck? And it still has not choked me to death. Libra, I'm saying that because I feel like, what's splitting away from you? And are you gonna let it just finally split? It's just what came up. Or are you just going to keep it like, oh, like, okay. Last reading of the night. Libras. Leo season's going to be fun. It's time to have a good time, Libra. It's the 11th house. Got a full moon in Aquarius in your love house. You have the double love full moons. Double love full moons. So, Libras are going to be going through all the drama in this cycle. I'm excited. You know what? Love is drama. If you want love and you want it to be basic, well, Venus in retrograde in Capricorn is coming at the end of the year, and you can be in that boring relationship, whitey-tighty, sit around, drink tea, and wear fucking sweaters and watch 60 Minutes. Or you can be in a love story. And that was to everybody, but that, you know, Libras, same thing to you. All right, Libra. Let's see what's going on with love for you. You did get the Nine of Pentacles in reversed. Your challenge here is the Moon card. Ooh. You did get the Eight of Swords in reversed. Overall. You did get the Six of Pentacles in reversed as your way through this challenge. Wow. Oh, Libra, I love you so much. So many people love you. Stop this Nine of Pentacles reverse, please. Stop putting your own self down. Stop forgetting how beautiful you are and what that you can attract into your life. Or stop giving your energy away. Because Nine of Pentacles is like giving the energy to yourself to attract the beautiful things in life. And that's not happening. You got a challenge of a Moon card. This is very tied emotions, very hard emotional ties, but also things that are, you know, the challenges is things that are very transparent now and having to deal with them, you know, secrets, weird shit, weird emotional stuff. It's not being suppressed, or is it being suppressed? It's not reversed. So I would say, but it is a challenge. It's just like you're going through some challenging emotions about the truth, about where you put your energy, where, you know, you're not receiving what you really want, especially. I mean, when I look at this, I'm like, wow. And especially just looking at the coffin, this Eight of Swords in reversed, like, this is about removing yourself of toxic energy completely. And especially with the Six of Pentacles, like stop giving so much help and not getting anything in return, but more exposure of secrets, more exposure of emotional situations that you aren't happy about. And also this means that you need to be able to do that to yourself. Like, why are you not showing up for yourself and giving yourself the help that you need about the reality of where your emotions sit? Because there's Libras out there that are like, oh, I'll just like avoid that emotional situation. Like, I'll just keep thinking I can get through it. I'll keep taking what I don't want to get. I won't. And it's affecting, you know, your feeling of being beautiful and stuff, even though nobody sees it. But people feel it. If you want somebody to be attracted to you, you want the love life of your life, they can feel that shit when you're not in it. It's time for you to shift that. All right. what do we need for confirmation here? We'll use the Botticelli deck here. What do we got here? Why'd you get that Nine of Pentacles reversed? What's going on, Libra? How can we turn this back to that beautiful Libran self? Well, I brought Botticelli out. He did the Birth of Venus. Let's go. Let's hope that shows up for you. All right, what's going on here? Devil reversed. Wow. I mean, there's a dark person that you are definitely removing yourself from, and they have definitely taken everything from you and they do not like you standing in your own self, and you cannot give in to them anymore. So this week, you're going to have to stop giving in to living the false life that somebody else wants you to live that's for control. And you got to pull away energetically. There's somebody that's, especially that moon card in a challenge position. There's somebody that's been dark, that you know it. They've done shady shit. It's not what you want. You're not even into it, too. That's the whole thing. Devil reversed. At least sometimes the devil is at least like, okay, I'm addicted to it and shit. This is, you're like not even addicted to them anymore, but maybe you're getting over the addiction of like giving them still your worth and your value, but you're not addicted to them romantically or passionately. I mean, it's a devil, so we'll get one more confirmation card here. We'll get it from here. Six of Swords reversed. Yeah, you need to take off. You need to get out of that shit, but you're kind of afraid to. There was a card that fell, and it was the Knight of Cups in reverse. So, I mean, you're going to stay stagnant in the same place with the devil reversed. It's like, this is your time to go. The train has arrived, and are you going to miss this train? Are you going to miss this train about owning your self-worth again and being able to see the beauty and have the beauty back into your life? Don't miss this train this week, Libra. Don't give in. There's some shady shit here. What's going on with this toxic situation that you're removing yourself from? I mean, I'm actually very happy. These are very positive energies. Like, this is you getting out of shit. I know it could be bringing up the past a lot with this moon card here, but like, this is the past, and you're no longer going to do that anymore. And the challenge is reoccurring the past. So we don't want to do that again. You did get the Eight of Swords with the Eight of Swords reversed. Do not even think about fucking hanging yourself. Look at this poor guy on a tree hanging himself. This isn't the hangman. The hangman is looking in suspension. This is literally hanging yourself and going back to a toxic person, especially with that devil reverse, or a toxic situation that's not going anywhere, and continuing to try it, continuing to still give them their fucking devil power. Come on, Libra. Why? What is so toxic about this person? What's the situation? Three of Swords reversed. You're too afraid of the heartbreak. But I guarantee you that the heartbreak's already happened. Three of Swords is always like, okay, heartbreaks happen. Like, you haven't still gotten over that one yet. They're heartbreaking. So that's toxic. That's the number one toxic thing for a Libra, is a heartbreaker. You're supposed to be the heartbreaker, Libra. Come on. You know that one. Right? Aquarius, breaker of the chains, love life. Learning to disconnect from unhealthy, unhealthy and unhappy situations. All right. What did we get here for your astro card? You did get the Grand Trine of Blessings. Look at this. Blessings when you take this train out of fucking crap land and the devil that's fucking trying to control your life. And that's even maybe just you fucking staying around in a stagnant situation that you need to get out of. And that's also trying to keep you in some sort of control. You got blessings when you get out of that, but that's emotional. You need to get out, and you need to find the beautiful blessings in life, and you need to find the emotional things. And the Grand Trine, I mean, it's like a lot of points need to come together, right? It's not just one thing. Like, you need to bring all of the beautiful part of all the beautiful parts of yourself back together for all the blessings. What are the unicorns saying for Libras? Law of grace. I mean, law. 41 card, a 5 card. Be your divine essence. Dissolve all in grace. Stop fucking giving your bullshit away, and like give yourself only grace, and let all the bullshit that's not grace dissolve away. Like, this is so much about dissolving it away. It's like, this is all dissolving. This is dissolving. I'm letting this go. Doesn't mean you can't bring anything in. I think that the blessings are waiting for you when you finally let go, but there's going to be some struggle for you on this letting go of a dark situation here. What'd you get as your shadow card here? You got the colorless angel. So that's that Nine of Pentacles, not feeling that beautiful, colorful, or continuing to give yourself to a colorless angel, like with that Three of Swords, with that Eight of Swords, with that Eight of Swords reverse that you're ready for, but you're not. Are you gonna pick the colorless angel this week and the heartbreak that you could avoid? How do you help dissolve this? The Sun card reversed. When you're not living in your inner child and your inner self in your true form, and somebody's not letting you be in your true form, then you are not living in grace. You are living in a false lie with that Moon card. What's up with that Moon card? I wanted to see that. 10 of Wands reversed. You are letting go of this weight that has been this emotional stuff that you've had to hide or they've hid, but just this emotional weight that's been a challenge, that's been unfair and not been giving you the right energy, and that has been draining. It's been draining you and taking you advantage of you. What's in the future for Libra? Cosmic Sapphire, the 33 card. Act with honor and integrity. Speak your truth. Somebody who speaks their truth. Somebody's being a liar, deceptor, or you can't even be yourself either. Somebody where you can be yourself. That's what's coming for you. Your Ganesha card is generosity. Don't give your generosity to this person. Give yourself your generosity. And also, generosity is going to come to you by dissolving the bullshit. And you're going to get ultimate blessings and all the generous energy that's going to come at you because you're going to change this Nine of Pentacles reversed and turn it upright and receive the blessings from the universe. And the universe will be generous. Why did you get this generosity card? The King of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's like time to pull out emotionally where the emotional energy is not giving you anything. And also that where it's making you feel uneven emotionally and not in... I don't want to say control, but that is not King of Cups. I think of it as emotional control, that you know how to master your emotions. You know, you need to stop being the king of emotions and being over generous and giving emotions to people that don't deserve it. And the person that you're thinking about, it is the Wheel of Fortune. So guess what? The wheel is moving and changing, and who knows where it's moving, but you need to let it move where it needs to move and stop trying to control the wheel or have them control the wheel. You can't control the situation. You need to let go of control, and you need to let fortune come over. With this person, fortune can take you anywhere, whether it's relief you're looking for. That's a major arcana. Let's see what's that fortune about. Seven of Pentacles. The fortune of getting the relief from putting a bunch of work and not getting anything back. Well, you did pull the 10th house, time to grow up. You did pull Saris, time to nurture yourself through growing up in Gemini. It's time for you to speak your truth. It's time for you to find your excitement. It's time to make big decisions about what the facts are and stick on the facts and nurture yourself by being an adult, looking at what the facts are, but also communicating what you need. And that's how you nurture yourself, and not being afraid to communicate what you need and not being afraid to communicate big decisions in your life. So wishing you the best on that one, Libra. I'm wishing everybody the best. I appreciate you all for being here on highvibe.tv. Appreciate you so much for being here with me today, talking about love. Wishing you all the best for this full moon in Aquarius. I'm pretty sure that for my birthday, we are doing spiritual dance music here. So that's going to be my birthday, spiritual dance music. So the full moon on my birthday. So on Friday. So we'd love to have you join us, of course, live. I appreciate you all. Appreciate you all for all the support for all these years. And it's going to be a big week. Make sure you join us on High Vibe. I cover it every day. I cover it with so many horoscopes, and we all on High Vibe put out so much content to help you every week. And with this weird world that we're in now, you know, this weekend I called High Vibe, and some people might take this the wrong way, but it's just a description. It's the Noah's Ark. It's been built. The flood has come in the social media world of disinformation itself, of disinformation about disinformation. And the Ark's here. So And we're not looking for just pairs of people only and certain animals. So it's definitely not Noah's Ark, but it's an ark. And I love you all very much. Truly appreciate it. Make sure you join us, highvibe.tv. And my new school will be announced. Make sure that you are up to date with my emails. You can go to leoking.com. You can go to highvibe.tv. Make sure that also that you're following us on socials, and especially the Telegram, which if you want to get access to my Telegram group and the High Vibe Telegram group, it is on my Instagram under my link tree. Much love to you all. So much love for this full moon and for this Leo energy. And we'll see you on the next Deep Love Tarot. Please share, like, and subscribe.